Hey, kids. You're listening to the internet's wettest podcast about video games, consoles, and pancakes. The SML Podcast.
Prepare for the SML Podcast.
What's up, everybody? This is the SML Podcast. I am your host, Joe. Aki's here, Bri's here, Jacob's here. How is everybody doing?
I'm all right, all things considered.
I'm doing better now because I'm watching the Lumberjack Lesbian.
Oh, yeah.
Which one?
Nicole Conan?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, she's my lesbian crush.
As she should be.
As she should be.
What the fuck are you talking about? What?
Just watch her split logs. Like that.
I know.
Feel something. Yep.
Every time she cracks one, and then she rips it apart with her bare. Oh my god!
Yep. I would let her rip me apart with her bare hands.
Mm-hmm. See, at least we have good taste in women.
Respectfully?
God, no,
I feel like we're getting along in a weird way that makes me uncomfortable.
I know.
Yeah, we both have similar lesbian crushes.
Bri, they're bonding.
I don't know what to do with this information. My world's already like super weird because I'm back from vacation now, and I'm like trying to get reacclimated to regular life, and I'm not doing a great job at it.
Did you forget that Aki showed me the Muscle Girls 88 Twitch channel? That one, it's just like a Japanese bar that's nothing but like these really muscular women that talk shit to you the whole time.
Hot.
Yeah, no.
I mean, continue.
Oh, I mean, there's really not much more about it. I mean, it's what's wrong, Joe?
I don't even.
He doesn't know where to go with any of that.
You don't know where to go.
I have
now that you found
no
out
segue.
That half of the Thursday night group is into muscle mommies. Like what?
There's a reason why everyone.
Bri, did you know that was a thing that existed?
I did.
Oh, come
so
on.
I'm the only one who didn't know that was a thing.
You're gonna say that you didn't pop a chub during She-Hulk?
That was a terrible show.
Yeah, but it's She-Hulk. So
I prefer basically any other rendition of She-Hulk than that TV show.
Nah,
I just did not like her.
It was fun. Oh, I loved her. She was great.
Aki, you need to look up the person. Her name is Megan Bain. Eayne.
And Megan?
Yes, Megan Bain.
Okay, let's see. Sexy ladies. Not bad.
Got an achievement.
For looking at
looking up Megan Bain?
Nope. I'm playing an idle game in the background.
Megan Bain.
She wears some very nice outfits.
Yeah, she does.
Like
she has
what
a really pretty face too.
Aki, you should try watching AEW. You might find something to enjoy on there.
Oh, I know I definitely would every time a woman showed up. Yeah.
Look up Willow Nightingale and you will see who I think is one of the most beautiful wrestlers in the world.
Okay.
Willow
Personally, I'm a fan
Nightingale.
I'm a fan of Molly Spartan.
Not familiar with her.
British. Don't ask me how I discovered her. Anyway, yeah.
Oh, she's a redhead.
Can we move along with games?
No.
Do you not want to hear about sexy women? What the fuck is wrong with you people?
Did you look up Willow?
Yeah, she's not bad looking. She has a very cute face. I really like her face.
Yeah. All right, we'll get to video games. How about some news? Should we dive into that?
Let's do that.
Sure. Yeah.
That way we could make sure we focus on the video games.
Sure.
And not hot wrestlers.
Yeah,
I used to have a sound clip that was just hot wrestler.
Ugh.
I still have that one or not? I don't know. Game Pass. Got a bunch of games coming to Game Pass, a couple of games leaving Game Pass. And then I think they're going on break for like a month or two. Or at least a month. Into January sometime.
Who are?
Game Pass releases.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were talking about us.
Oh, yeah, we are as well.
Oh, that's
we're going to end on the 23rd. At the latest, the 23rd.
Nice.
Which is a Tuesday show.
Oh, okay. Like, so we have to have our end of
25th
year.
is Christmas.
Well, wait, when do we do our best of 2025?
I don't fucking know whenever we get to it.
But, like, what if something releases between December 23rd and December 31st?
And tough fucking shit for you.
So I guess our best of the year is going to be on the 18th.
Our best of most of the year.
Yeah. The 18th, we may also have an interview.
Ooh.
There is a new update coming to the game, Super Animal Royale.
Oh, that's right.
There's a trailer you could look up. It'll give you more info on it.
Yeah.
And we should hopefully have an interview going on later on this month, which I think would be badass. Yeah. So
I think so too.
Hydrate. Oh, we got a good one tonight. KFC Sweet Lightning, Mountain Dew Sweet Lightning.
What does Sweet Lightning taste like?
It is honey and peach.
I knew it was going to have honey involved in it.
Honey and peach Mountain Dew. Technically, I ordered it with the cream swirl, but they didn't put it in.
They didn't do it. Those bastards.
Like an extra $1 for that shit. I got ripped off.
Yeah.
Bitches. Yeah. But yeah, Game Pass. This week. Whew, 3 games this week, and they're all good ones. Monday, we got Marvel Cosmic Invasion.
Nice.
I've heard a lot of good things about that. I already know people who are playing it.
Hell yeah. I think Pernell and I are going to try getting a game going Sunday night if anyone wants to join.
Nice.
Because it's supposedly online crossplay. He is reviewing it on Steam, and I will jump on Game Pass and see how it works.
Nice.
Yeah. Tuesday, Lost Records Bloom and Rage.
Yeah, I was excited for that.
Play it.
Good one.
Yeah.
And lesbianism out the wazoo.
I think it's in my top 20 for the year. Like, it might be in my top 10. I'm not sure where it falls in there, but it's up there.
I swear to God, I don't remember 20 games from this year.
I've been keeping a list as I go along.
If I had to rattle off a list of my favorite games this year, I'd be like, Avowed and Asphalt, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't even remember Avowed was this year. See, that's usually my problem. I don't remember what games came out what year, even if it was that current year. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I keep my list on true achievements. It's nice and easy, and everyone can see it.
Fair. Yeah, I think Avowed got too much shit. I loved it. I think it was simplified RPG without the fluff, and I think it worked great. But next week, we are getting a couple of more games joining, with Death Howl joining on PC, Dome Keeper, and a game about digging a hole.
Diggy hole.
So, I know someone who played a game about digging a hole, and he thought it was great, and I just don't get it.
I mean, we'll get it through Game Pass. I mean,
I know.
Maybe we'll get review copies. That'd be sweet. But
I don't know.
I'm anxiously waiting to see how it is. It looks like it could be cool.
Yeah.
See, that's just one of the games that I would play, and I'd put on YouTube
Timber,
music.
that game is fantastic. So I guess Timber's played it. There you go.
Yeah.
I know I'm going to play that game.
Is there a demo on Xbox at all?
I don't know.
When I play that game, I'm just going to listen to Diggy Hole for hours on end playing that game. And I'm going to be pretty fucking stoked.
Fair.
Weird. December 10th, Mortal Kombat 1 is joining.
Meh.
Yeah.
Nice.
I mean, new Mortal Kombat game. I think it's cool.
I've never particularly cared for the games. Nah, nice.
Well, the last one, Aki, is definitely for you. December 11th, the final game of the year for Game Pass is Bratz Rhythm and Style.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Excited for that one.
I might legitimately play that, actually.
It was all right. I didn't like it as much as the first,
Fair.
That's a shame.
which I find really weird as a 40-year-old guy that I have an opinion on that.
Can't all be good. Couple of games got to leave Game Pass, and we got 3 games leaving December 15th, with Mortal Kombat 11 leaving since 1 is joining, Wild Frost, and Still Wakes the Deep. Yeah.
I never did get to play Still Wakes the Deep, and I guess I won't have time to do it because reasons.
Yeah.
I was about to say, you could definitely play that.
I know it's like it says like 8 to 10 hour estimate, but there's like a, do all the things run without getting hit or something. I don't remember exactly, but there was one achievement that looked ridiculous.
It's not that bad. I got everything, and there was one that forced you to play the whole thing in just Gaelic.
Oh,
That's what it was.
Is that what it was?
And
Okay.
that's not too hard because all the written stuff and the subtitling is in Gaelic, but they still speak English. So you still understand the story. You just may not necessarily understand any of the notes. But typically, the main character will talk about what's written on the note, more or less. So it's okay.
Yeah. I'll just get it on sale at some point because I feel like I would enjoy that game. I just want to be able to take my time with it.
It's definitely worth playing. I really liked that game. And I think it got a DLC or something.
It did. I was going to say the complete edition with the Game Pass discount is $32 right now, which is cheaper than the game at full price.
Yeah.
And
you don't get discounts on DLC anymore with Game Pass.
Yeah.
So the fact that the DLC is included and you get that full discount is pretty good.
Yeah.
So, once it's off Game Pass, sale is gone. But December 31st, 2 more games are leaving with Hell Let Loose and Carry On.
Carry On's a good one. Also not that long.
Yeah, that can be completed in a handful of hours. Yeah, that one was fun.
Yeah, I played it twice on PC and on Xbox because I enjoyed it a lot.
Let's see what other news do I have here. Arrowhead Studios announced they are running a very special Helldivers II beta on Steam for reduced file size. That is right. After years of complaining, Arrowhead worked with Nixes to deduplicate all of the assets in the game and found that the loading time differences on hard drive users was minimal enough to proceed with the test. You can opt into the beta branch on Steam that takes the file size from, get this, 154 gig. Okay? 23.
Wow.
God damn.
That is 131 gig gone in duplicate assets.
Wow.
That's insanity. You can, there will be minimal loading time differences, but no other difference in terms of game content, game performance. You will still play with all the same other users. You just have a smaller file size and a couple of extra seconds load time. But to save 130 gig, hell yeah. Like I never wanted it installed on my PC because it took up so much space.
Yeah.
But now I have it on Xbox, so I don't need it on my PC anymore, right? We talked about Avowed a little bit before. The fall update has been pushed to next year. This is the one with New Game Plus and Photo Mode. Obsidian promises more content will be added for the delay.
That's pretty cool. I cannot wait for New Game Plus. That Makes me very happy. I want to know what all you get to keep in New Game Plus.
Yeah, I want to do more in the game.
Yeah. I'm hoping you get to keep your level and all your upgrade points, and you get to basically be set back at 0 and re-obtain all of those, so you can get even more powers and shit. I just want a character that has everything unlocked. That's all I want.
Yeah.
I just want to be a walking goddess in that. That's all. Those types of games are my power fantasy. I want to just have everything.
Me with my
I really hope that.
wood plank face.
I mean, to be fair, some of those wood plank things were pretty fucking cool looking. I did not go with that because I made the character way too pretty to be covering her face, but
I don't know.
I really
Avowed, the game itself has been great, but everything surrounding it has been so lackluster. The deluxe edition, $20. $20 got you 2 costume sets in the game. And then early access.
yeah,
It's awful. That's friggin' awful. There's been no expansion, no talk of expansions. Like, I want to do more in this world.
I don't think it sold well enough for them to bother with, sadly, with making DLC for it.
I know it sucks, but
Yeah, I would
Oh,
love
well.
DLC for it. It was a great game.
Xbox is sponsoring its first ever college football bowl. The Xbox Bowl will see Missouri State versus Arkansas State on December 18th, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN2. So yeah, I guess the bowl game is an Xbox now too.
Aren't you all so happy that the prices of everything increased so they could waste their money with this stupid bullshit? Woo. I'm not pissy about that at all.
Advertising budgets are completely separate from, manufacturing budgets.
I don't care. I still blame them anyways.
There's still people who blame Bill Gates for shit, so whatever.
We got Crocs too, so why not bowl games? I guess.
I didn't even want to talk about the Crocs.
I just assumed you were wearing them.
No.
Oh.
There are reports that Dead Rising is returning, and this time will be set in Hollywood.
I'm excited for that.
I think it would be pretty badass to see the return of Dead Rising.
Yeah. I like that series.
I think
I know a lot of people didn't like. A lot of people didn't like the 4th one, the Christmas one. I liked that one way too much.
I didn't get to play that one much. I had a great time with 3. It was because that was a launch title for Xbox One.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And just hopping onto a fucking tractor and mowing down dozens of zombies.
It's fantastic.
Oh my god, it was so satisfying because you played Dead Rising on the 360 and you got like 20 zombies on screen. You played
I don't know which one I played.
You played on the Wii, you get 3 zombies on screen.
Jesus.
Oh, the Wii version of Dead Rising was depressingly empty. Speaking of depressing, I got one last bit of news. 3 Fields Entertainment, developers of the recently released Recreation, has notified the entire staff they are all on notice of redundancy. THQ seems to have not financially supported Recreation as they should, and the game is possibly going to be the end of the studio.
That sucks.
That sucks. I can't even find that game.
Yeah, I am very annoyed. I was so excited that THQ was behind this. I thought they'd have a good budget for it. They would have good support for it. And it seems THQ was potentially withholding funding for some of their stuff. And they just kind of like gave up on it. They didn't do marketing, didn't do anything.
That sounds like that should be illegal.
Yeah, it's a bummer. Anyway, Aki, what news do you have?
Well, Steam has screwed the pooch once more with doing dumb fuck things, as one expects these days. Santa Region made a game called Horse or Horses. I don't remember if there was an S in that or not anymore.
It's plural.
Okay. And they decided to ban it. And the reason they gave was... turns out they did dictate that it had something to do with sexualization and minors or something, but there wasn't any of that in the game.
When the game was originally developed, the scene had a fully clothed child riding a naked female horse, I guess.
Yeah, the concept of the game basically is that this place has horses, and those horses are just naked adults that have skeletal horse skulls on their heads, and they're treated as subhuman. So the child was riding them like an actual horse because they didn't understand that it was a person.
But that was removed a very long time ago and was replaced with an adult character. There are no minors in this game at all.
Yep. And Steam refused to really give them any reasoning after that, and refused to interact with them anymore. And then Epic, 24 hours before it was going to launch, Epic decided to be like, no. And they just straight up didn't give them a reason. They had a contact in Epic, contacted them, and got an automated response. So, yeah, yay for, censorship and stupidity, I guess. So, thankfully, they still are able to sell it in a couple places. It's a 3-hour, heavy narrative-driven story. You can get it on GOG and itch.io, and that's it. Oh, yeah, that's right. If you want to
support their other games as well, Saturnalia and Wheels of Aurelia are in other locations as well, including Xbox. So
and I believe the rest of their games are also still on Steam.
Yes.
But on top of that, Steam wouldn't even provide them with Steam keys for their prior games, which is something developers have always been able to do. They've always been able to ask their representative at Steam to get them keys for their games. So the fact that they were denied for that is kind of fucked up, just in general, because that's not how it's supposed to be done. So yeah, it's some bullshit.
I think it's even stranger that the devs paid to have their game submitted for rating, and it came back with PEGI 18 ESRB-M. And then Epic supposedly had it submitted for rating, and it came back with an AO rating this time. So I'm wondering what the difference was there. Why was the game
there wasn't? They
M?
hadn't changed the game.
Yeah, what was the change? Like, what happened?
Yeah, they had it set as that, but then somebody apparently decided, no, it's an AO game, even though there's no AO content in it whatsoever. And just decided
say
that
the nudity's pixelated too.
Yes, it is completely censored in game. It is pixelated, mosaics covering everything. So there's absolutely no reason for any of this.
Yeah, Steam and Epic.
It is so upsetting.
Streaming the game on Twitch earlier today, so that was interesting.
Yeah, I understand why censorship is happening. Because, obviously these companies need to be able to make money, because if credit card companies decide that they're going to be fervently, zealots, then they can just say, well, we're not allowing credit cards to work for you at all, which kind of fucks the company and all the people who want stuff.
This is a topic for a whole different episode. What other news you got?
Oh, that was it. I was just raging against the machine, basically.
We need to have an all-rage episode.
Oh my gosh. Oops,
Welcome
all rage.
to Fuck Everything.
Yeah.
We could do
I
that
would just
with
have
just
to not
me.
be on that show. Yeah, I was going to say I would have to not be on that show because I'm way too positive.
Yeah. Don't worry, you could be on it
On the
because I
bright
am
side.
so fucking angry all the time. So
Bri, what are you
deeply angry.
pissed off about? Snowed? It's kind of cold.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, that's
You, snow's
where I'm
amazing.
at. Yeah, it's like hold on. Let's see where we're at. It is -2 degrees right now at my house.
It's 22
Oh,
here.
that's glorious.
So Aki's
I'm
a
not going
psycho.
outside.
Bri, what kind of news do you have?
I totally did not have any news at all this week that I mean, I'm sure I've heard things that you guys have said, and I'm sure Jacob will say things and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I totally saw that too." But I didn't write down shit for news today.
Denver said something in chat. You could use that quick.
Xbox is
For news
partnering with
item-
Foxconn to make more Xboxes. I don't know anything about that. I'll have to look it up.
And in preparation for Grand Theft Auto, it looks like Xbox is going to be like, oh yeah, we should probably have consoles on shelves.
Yeah, I mean the actually there's a bit of related news. What is it? Micron, who is the company, is getting out of the RAM business, and so there's only 3 companies that are making RAM for consumers anymore, and this other company is dedicating themselves to AI. I think it's something Entry sent me. Someone sent me.
Oh yeah,
Micron.
yeah. OpenAI basically bought up like 80% of the stock of one of the largest RAM manufacturers on the planet.
And we're already having a global memory shortage, like supply shortage, and
it's because of
and they're just
AI
like,
companies.
Yeah, no, we're not doing consumer based stuff anymore. So yeah, good luck getting RAM this year for your computers.
Yeah,
I thought
RAM's
it was
already
funny
more
that
than
you could buy
tripled in
a
price.
PS5 for less than RAM.
Yeah, right. Goodness.
PC Master
RAM?
Race, really? I don't want to mortgage my house. The fucking
Yeah. They
buy
used to be
RAM.
Master Race back before, every company kept fucking PC players. First it
Console
was
for
crypto,
life.
and now it's this bullshit.
Consoles for life.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm not happy with this kind of
How
stuff.
long is it
pisses me off.
consoles?
But for life.
Another topic that just pisses me off. See, yeah, we could have a rage episode easily.
How long does it piss you off?
For life.
Your curveball.
Yes.
Your curveball. Jacob, what news do you have going on?
So the first bit of news I have is that somebody finally escaped Tarkov.
Oh.
Fucking what?
Yeah, they made it a thing like a week ago, and 2 days ago somebody finally did it. Or sorry, not 2 days, 3 days ago on December 1st.
Can you explain how they
How do you escape Tarkov?
Jacob has no fucking clue. Which is fair, because I didn't even know you could fucking escape.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, they don't say how exactly he escaped, but like they added some sort of like storyline to it all, and yeah, and apparently there is an ending now.
He escaped. He what?
Bitch, you heard me.
Okay.
Next bit of news I have is Recreation Studio 3 Fields Entertainment has put all of its employees on redundancy notice.
Hey, someone doesn't listen to me when I talk.
Nope.
Oh, you did talk about that?
Yeah, it was like the last thing you talked about.
Oh, my bad. I think I was actually like getting all my news in order, so I wasn't listening to anybody. Okay.
That's usual.
Yeah, that's fair. So before I talk about this, disclaimer, we are brand ambassadors for Outright Games. Yeah, anyway, they laid off 27 people from their company this week. Stevie, who works in social media, he's safe. But yeah, so that stinks.
Yeah, it does.
All right, movie watch time.
Oh,
Somebody
let me
hit
get
the
that. It's movie watch. There.
So I don't know if this got recorded for the beginning of the episode or not, but Kari Hiroyuki Tagawa, who played Shang Tsung in the Mortal Kombat film and then would go on to do the mocap and voice acting in a couple of the video games. He passed away, I guess it was today. I don't know. It's just December. So
Okay.
that
Recently.
stinks. Yeah.
Or Acolyte Jacob's story was even funnier because it was about redundancy.
About redundancy. Yep.
Ah, damn it.
Oh yeah, Ubisoft fired a whole bunch of people too. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
All right. We are getting a Helldivers video game movie.
Yeah.
Justin Lin is going to be directing it. He directed some of the Fast and Furious movies and Star Trek Beyond. So
We already have those movies. They're called Starship Troopers.
Like, I have no doubt the movie's going to be a fun, action-packed romp because that's what Justin Lin does. I just don't know how true to the game it's going to be.
I mean, things
Well-
are going to explode. So
I look forward to playing the game soon. And figuring that out for myself when I watch the movie.
I mean,
did you
we
get the
also
game?
don't know when it.
I got a copy of Helldivers 2 and I was challenged to play it on stream, so
Sweet.
everyone can watch me die horribly.
Thank
My
you,
first
whoever did that
dive.
to her.
That was Lloyd Berry.
Oh, Lord. Hell
Lloyd, you
yeah.
bastard.
I'm gonna play with Lloyd and one of my other regular Seas crew, Biggie, and we might have someone else join us. But yeah, we're gonna hell dive soon.
Join. I'd totally join that.
All right.
To go back to the Helldivers movie, it's also not known when it's actually going to come out because Justin Lin is also attached to direct two other films. Another one for Sony, an adaptation of the manga One Punch Man, and also Keanu Reeves' comic Berserker is supposed to get something over at Netflix.
Unrelated
nothing
to
about
video
that.
games, but still movie related. Shooting wrapped on Spaceballs 2. It
I
happened.
saw.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It is done. It is going to be a thing.
That's exciting.
I'm
I didn't even
kind
know
of
they
excited
started
for that.
filming.
Yeah.
I had heard they had forever ago, but I thought that was just a pipe dream. I didn't think that was actually real.
Yep.
Well,
That's the
I
thing.
assume it's going to be absolute shit.
Oh, probably, yeah.
I mean, it's Spaceballs. It's definitely going to be, but it's going to be fantastic shit.
Mm,
It could be Dracula Dead and Loving It.
yeah.
I don't know that movie.
It's
Keep
a
it
Mel
that
Brooks
way.
film that sucks.
Keep it that way.
So
What else?
Sonic is going to be getting a spin-off movie. It is set for Untitled Sonic Universe event film, December 22nd, 2028.
So wait, Sonic 3 is in 27 and then that in 28?
No, 3's already out, man.
What was, Shadow. Was it?
Yeah.
Shadow's 27.
No, Shadow happened in Sonic the Hedgehog 3.
No, what? Aren't there like back-to-back years with movies?
2027 is going to be Sonic 4, and then
Oh, Sonic 4. Okay, you could have just been like, no, it's not 3, it's 4. Oh, okay.
well, I don't know, man. I apparently don't keep up with these, so I don't know where you're at on them. Anyways, I assume that 2028 is going to be like a Shadow the Hedgehog movie. Like, I know they're calling it an event film, but
Mario meets Sonic. Oh my god.
no, they wouldn't.
And it's a
All right,
movie
anyway.
for the 2028 Olympics.
And the last bit of news I have, God of War has a 2-season order confirmed over at Amazon. And they've also announced that Frederick E. O'Toy is the director of the first 2 episodes. He's worked on Shogun, Westworld, Walking Dead, and Watchmen. He's
Ooh.
also directed multiple episodes of The Boys, Fallout, and The Terminal List.
All right.
So
Nice.
somebody that Amazon likes and apparently does a good job.
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Anything else to chat about, or are we kicking on to reviews?
I'm ready for reviews.
I've been watching The Lumberjack Lesbian this whole time. I have
Jesus
no
Christ.
idea.
I'm still playing an idle game. Let's go.
Jacob, you ready?
I'm ready.
First game to talk about. Samurai Academy Paws of Fury, developed by Zero Life Games and Fishing Cactus, published by Maximum Entertainment, released November 20th, Series X and S, Switch, PS5, and PC, $24.99. It will release physically on Switch and PS5 for $29.99 at select retailers. The village of Kakamucho is under attack by the Shogun's cat armies. Join Hank, a dog samurai in a world of cats, and his friends as they reveal a sinister plot and save the day, samurai style. Slash, dash, and laugh through this wacky third-person action adventure. Jacob, what is going on in Samurai Academy Paws of Fury?
So if you're not familiar with Paws of Fury, it is a Mel Brooks produced, essentially like remake of Blazing Saddles. Like switch out black people for dogs and white people for cats, and that's pretty much the whole entire thing. My kids liked it. It was decent enough, and there were still a few jokes that, like, you know, as an adult, like, I could appreciate, but I knew that, you know, it flew over my kids' heads. So yeah, so depending on your feelings on that may taint how you feel about this game. But in Samurai Academy Paws of Fury, it's set up as a sequel to the movie, and you're playing the dog who is continuing with the samurai training, and your cat master is training you to be the best samurai that you can. And he does this. There's a tutorial at the beginning where you learn how to do all the moves, but then the game itself moves into this arena battle / tower defense kind of gameplay. And it's a lot of the same thing over and over again. I mean, just different locations, but everything's connected by this hub. It's not like a hub world, but a hub village. And this is where you can also buy and unlock, you know, different cosmetics and stuff like that. Gameplay, honestly, for what it is, I was actually pretty surprised with it. I mean, it's no Assassin's Creed, but for a kid's game of a movie that pretty much nobody saw, this was they put work into this thing. The voice acting is absolutely horrendous. But also I don't know anybody that was like, oh man, I really hope Michael Cera is going to be revoicing, you know, his character in the Paws of Fury video game. Sorry, he's not. And it's somebody who is amazingly worse. It's real bad. Everyone who is a voice actor on this, they're just reading their lines it's just all right, that was the first take, good enough. Next line. You know, we got lunch in 30. Come on, hurry up. It's amazingly not good. But honestly,
I'm wondering if anybody from the movie joined the game cast.
I don't think so. I mean, I'll check it out later, but I really don't think so. Everyone sounded the one who is really the worst offender is honestly the one playing, I think his name's Doug, the dog that you're running around as. It's just it's like somebody doing an impression of Michael Cera after they saw somebody in another room do an impression of Michael Cera. It's
Jeez.
like a third. it's like a weird third hand impersonation, and it's just real bad. But yeah,
I thought he was trying to be a bad Ryan Reynolds impersonator.
Oh no, he's trying to be Michael Cera.
That's even worse.
Like the camera, honestly, like you have to go into the settings and mess with it. It is all over the place, and it's manageable. Like
I had to drop the sensitivity big time.
Oh yeah, I had to drop it all the way down. Like it moves way too quick, and it's too frantic and all over the place. But honestly, like if you can look past the bad voice acting and like the wonky ass camera, honestly, like
I want to throw out there that
it was surprisingly solid.
It is way too easy to fall off ledges. Like I'm trying to walk across a plank of wood so that I could collect a couple of cat coins, and I just like hit the analog stick the wrong direction, and I go flying off the wood. I mean, it's just like you just
usually go flying off the wood.
It just feels like the controls are too sensitive as well.
I can agree with that. I did have some issues like jumping up onto stuff, but honestly, I mean, the action's really where it's at.
Yeah.
And there's plenty to be had in this game. And honestly, like for a $25 game, you know, based on this movie, I can't get mad at that. Like, I've played shitty kids games. I've played really crappy movie-based games. This was surprisingly middle of the road.
All right. Well, let us talk about price on this one. It is a $24.99 game. Give us your thoughts.
I mean, it's a hard sell. Like, who's heard of Paws of Fury? But I mean, if you've got if you've got a kid between like the ages of like 6 and 9, and like they're not quite ready for shoot, I can't think of anything in that genre that's aimed at. Well, I mean, I guess this is a good stepping stone for like. All right, fair enough. Goat Sim's a bit wackier than this though, but anyway, but yeah, like I think this is a perfect game for like a subset of like, you know, like kids like ages like 6 to 10, like thereabouts. The $25 price tag is fantastic for a movie-based game. I mean, we've reviewed games by other publishers of children's games, and they're charging like $40 to $60 for some of these games, and those compared to this, like honestly, like I wish that they had been able to put more time into this, because it shows, like honestly, I think the devs were on the right track with it. Like
I can agree on that. I would personally give it a highly recommended try it. Right now it's on sale. You could get for $19.99. I think if you buy it now at that price, perfect price for it. $25, a little bit of a harder sell. I think it's fun. It's cute. The voice acting, you'll just listen to us during your gameplay instead. No, don't do that. It's cute though. I enjoy it, and it kind of makes me want to catch the movie now.
I mean, it's on Paramount Plus.
I don't have Paramount.
Oh, well, that sucks.
No.
Okay. I can't help you there, man.
Any other thoughts?
No, check it out.
All right. Next up, ReSetna, developed by Today's Games, published by Ocean Media, released December 4th on Xbox One, Series X and S, and PS5 for $14.99. Planned for the Switch in January. A warrior on a mission to rescue the last human remnants. What's left of humanity are minds trapped in circuits. You awaken as ReSetna, a warrior on a mission to rescue the last human remnants. Explore 7 hostile zones, face 7 brutal bosses, and evolve through a unique upgrade system. Uncover horrifying truth and decide if the future is worth saving. Every zone is a war zone. Every machine is your enemy. Who all covered this one? Did anyone not?
No, I played it.
I played a little.
Aki?
Of course I played it.
Okay, who wants to start then?
So, in this, you play as a robot lady thing, kinda. And, you're told, hey, you need to turn off these signals that are somehow infecting us robots. The irony is that the rescuing people part, that's a side quest. That doesn't even seem to be the main quest.
Oh, yeah, I forgot that that's even a thing. Huh.
Yeah, so that description, I don't know why it says that, because that is a side quest. That's not the main quest. The main quest is this weird signal. They don't know where it's coming from or what exactly it is, but it somehow is infecting and messing up all the other robots that connect with it, basically. So you are ReSetna. You're a new ReSetna type of robot that they just created specifically to fight against this thing. So you have to go out and turn off all of the different signals, more or less, the different little weird balls that send signals everywhere. You have to go deactivate them to stop the infection from spreading, or at least to slow it so they can figure out what the fuck they're doing. And along the way, you're finding scraps for one individual. You're finding the human minds that are in chips for another individual, and old journals for a cartographer robot for yet another side quest. Everything else, I think, seems to be a main quest. And you go around kicking the shit out of robots and dying quite fervently. I spent
Jacob,
about
did you
4
die a lot?
hours. Oh yeah, I spent about 4 hours fighting the first boss.
I died frequently. I mean, not like in a like holy crap you suck at it kind of way. It's just the game is not exactly the most friendly with its save points. I mean, yeah,
it's not.
Like, I mean, yeah, they're spread out on the map, but like it just really seems like the game has the worst, or the best, depending on how you want to look at it, timing for like you have like 5% health left, and all of a sudden you're about to get butt fucked by like 8 of these little robot things, and they just I don't know. The combat's like it's nothing to write home about, but it's satisfying, and I did enjoy like doing flips over like my enemies, and then like slashing a bunch, flip over them again, slash a bunch, and then like unlocking new moves and stuff like that as you go along. Like honestly, this was pretty fun.
Here's a question, and I promise I'm not asking this because of the word in the line, but it mentions you can customize abilities using a unique chip-based upgrade system. What is the upgrade system?
Basically, you're given a large grid that you can upgrade and make larger, and you put Tetris pieces on it that are chipsets that give you like, oh, this one gives you some more vitality. Oh, this one gives you more strength. This one gives you the ability where occasionally when you dash away from something, it leaves a bomb in its place, so on and so forth. And you place them on this grid in a way that fills up as much of it as you can so you can get as many chips in there as possible. If you connect chips that are similar, like multiple ones that increase your vitality, if you get them connected right next to each other, it ends up making that even stronger than just what each one of those provides individually. So it is... I've seen one system like this ever. That's it. So, and that was a while ago. So this is not quite one of a kind, but it's pretty damn close.
So it kind of earns that word distinction. Bri, what did you get to do in this one?
So this is like a side-scrolling Metroidvania type game, and I enjoyed the visual style of the game. The combat was interesting. I feel like the map worked really good, but I'm just not in like a Metroidvania mood right now. I can see the merits of the game. Like I could give it a try. It played good. It's just not what I'm into at the moment.
See, I had some issues with the combat specifically.
Yeah.
Because you have the ability to dodge out of the way of attacks, and you also have the ability to deflect attacks, so you can do a counterattack. For standard enemies, that isn't always hard to do. It's not too bad to get it, but on bosses, it's nigh on impossible because they move real quick. And I feel like it just isn't fluid enough to really use that all that well, because it felt like I was regularly pushing buttons and it just wasn't registering it fast enough for it to actually use what I told it to do. So that became a big problem, and that was very obvious when I was like fighting bosses, and I was like, I would have to push the dodge button like 2-3 times to get it to move once, and it was always probably by the time I had pushed it the second or third time was when it finally registered the first push and moved it. And I was like, oh, this is not going well for me, because it just wasn't responding as fast as I needed it to. And it was very, very obvious, especially during boss fights. And I was like, oh, that's not fun, because you have to beat a boss fight somewhere without getting hurt at all. Yeah, and I was like, the first boss is what you want to get that with, because obviously the first boss is going to be the easiest.
No.
I managed to do the first of the 3 health bars it has without getting hit. I could never get past that because it was so slow to respond to the buttons I was pushing that I couldn't do it. And I was like, fuck. Every time I died, I was like, I was so close to doing good. Why? Why did you do this? So that's like my major problem with it, is it just doesn't respond like it needs to in order for the combat to feel as fluid as I like it to feel.
Gotcha. Jacob, your thoughts on the combat?
I liked it enough. Like, I mean, as I said, like, it was nothing exactly to write home about, at least as far as I got in the game. But, it was fun. It kept,
all right.
It kept me engaged.
Anything else anyone wants to mention, or should we dive into the price on this?
It has a bunch of different environments, and some of them really suck ass. Specifically because it might have stuff in the foreground that ends up blocking the combat that you're taking part in. Yeah, I noticed that after the first area, there's 2 places you can go. One is this acid-filled shithole that is like the bane of every Soulsborne player on the planet. And then there's also one that looks like it's inside a giant computer or something. And stuff was constantly in the foreground of the computer area. And it made it kind of hard to see the fighting sometimes, because it would cover enemies altogether, and then they'd get cheap shots on you. Or it would completely end up covering chunks of the fighting area unless you ran off and tried to kite the enemy away from that stuff. And it was like, that's not good level design for combat areas. You really need to get rid of that crap. I understand why it's there. It looks nice, but when you have a fight around that stuff, you can't see through it.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is a $15 game. What are your thoughts on ReSetna?
Jacob, you go first.
You said it was 15, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
14.99 US American dollary dude.
Yeah. Yes, I believe it's worth $15. I'd recommend it.
Bri, your turn.
I would give it a try it, and that's partly, like I said, I'm just not like down with the genre right now. It seemed like a decent price for what it was. But I also felt some of the sting of like not having enough save points and dying a few times, and that was a little frustrating. But I can see the merits of it. I didn't play enough to really feel like I can confidently give it more than a try it.
I'm going to go with a try it as well. I think if they make it to where the combat's more fluid and more responsive, that alone for me, even with stuff in the foreground, that alone would make it a buy it for me. But right now it's a try it.
Gotcha. If people are on the fence, next week on the show, we will have another set of ocean games to talk about. We have another one later on in the show tonight as well. But next week, we will do Ocean Night, where we will be giving away packs of their games. Or maybe 5. We'll find out. But yeah, next week, win some shit. Also, Injury, thank you for the 25th month sub. Appreciate you being here. I hope you enjoy the kitty cats, the emotes, and the exploding Jacob face. Next game, El Coco, developed and published by Recotechnology, released November 28th, Xbox One, Series X and S, Xbox PC, Switch, PS4, and PS5 for $19.99. You awaken without memories, trapped in an impossible realm. A strange host, El Coco, a disturbing figure who promises answers, but only if you dare to descend into the pit and face horrors born from your own mind. With fast fluid combat, every move counts. Dodge, strike, and adapt in real time as relentless enemies swarm from all sides. Each escape attempt is unique. Face different levels that will test your skill in metal, hordes, darkness, time trials. The whole shifts with every descent, offering new threats, obstacles, and choices. The deeper you go, the closer to the truth you get, and the more dangerous it becomes. Jacob, we have been following Recotechnology since their earliest days with Yasai Ninja and Toro. Remember those days? Yasai Ninja, the game with like the onion and broccoli.
I'm trying to look this up right now.
But basically, we've been following them since their very, very early beginnings. We've seen them progress slightly here and there over the years with their releases. They've been putting out a few games from Outright Games. What was that?
You were sounding auto-tuned there for a moment.
No, it's probably the connection, but it's fine on my end. So, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. But yeah, they put out a couple of Outright Games titles, and now they are back with their own published title, El Coco, and holy fuck, I love this game. Like, wow. To see where they've gone, where they've been, and where they are now, honestly, such a massive leap. It's awesome to see, honestly, for how long we've been following this company. But what is El Coco, Jacob? Jump in on this. What is this game?
Sorry, I was just looking. Because you were dropping the 2 names of the games, and I'm just like, I have never even heard of these before. And yeah, I don't own either of them. So I think you may have confused me with somebody else.
Well, no, they've been around since the beginning of the show. Almost.
Okay. Sorry.
Not that you personally reviewed them. You reviewed some of their Outright games.
Which ones do they do? Do you know?
I pull up their page. They did. This is very entertaining. Rhythm and Style. And Baby Shark, Sing and Swim Party.
Okay. Decent games both. So anyway, this is a roguelike game, and you play as this spirit who's given a form and an offer that if you can, defeat X amount of levels, you could possibly make it home or to like the next whatever comes after death. And you're just told to go kill these things, collect stuff, and upgrade as you can. It's standard roguelike stuff, but what's really cool is that as you hop in between each of these worlds, you're given a choice of 3 different missions, or like 3 different areas, I should say, because sometimes they're not actually missions. So you might get offered to be able to like go to the shop, whatever. But there's also stuff like arena combat. There is stuff where you have to destroy all of the planners, or you have to survive for like X amount of time. There's also the one I like, don't touch the dark. And so you have to like get in the middle of the circle and, just hope that you can hold off it like as everybody comes around you.
I had a big level and I'm like in the middle of it and the holes started where I was because there were 2 holes and I basically had to pick a side. I'm like, oh shit. Didn't expect that on here.
And you chose the wrong hole.
No, thankfully I ran to safety and I was able to complete the stage.
Okay, well that's good.
Yeah, because I'm good.
Braggart. Anyway, so each of these objectives is paired with like either like a gift or like a bonus to one of your abilities, and yeah, you just go through the levels, like upgrade your stuff, get new powers, die, and do it all over again. Like I thought it was pretty cute, and like I appreciated like the little missions idea because it changed everything up enough in between all the levels. I mean, like if there's like one type that you specifically gravitate towards, I mean, you could kind of fudge it and do nothing but that, but like the game doesn't want you to just like wander around and like just kill everything and then be done with it. Like it actually like takes it. Like I think the missions are the nice selling part of this game, to be honest.
Yeah, where you get to pick what you do and what you get. Right. I kind of like the fact that it's not the traditional roguelike tree format, kind of like Slay the Spire, where you pick a path and then you pick forking paths and go on the dots that you want to plan out ahead. This one, you go in the portal, it offers you 3 choices, you pick one of the 3, and then you do it. And you get what it told you would get. And then you jump in the portal, and it offers you 3 things, and you do what you want and get what you want. And I love that with this game. It's not a lot of guesswork. I wish some of the like a lot of your runs are going to come down to what you get offered as your rewards. Like you could get one that gives you 100% extra damage, but you take an extra hit when you get damaged.
I tried that and
I murdered everything with that.
Well, fuck you.
Yeah, because I'm good. Yeah,
I mean, I lasted a little bit longer than I thought I would, but I still ended up dying on that.
I mean, you really gotta make use of the weapons, the dash. You have to give the dash some kind of ability. I like giving it burn or ice, and then you need to make use of whatever trinket you get. But again, a lot of that comes down to luck of the draw. I made it to the first boss without a trinket. It just never gave me one.
I don't know if I had a similar thing on that. I
also like the periodic offers you'll get from whatever being that is in there, where he's like, yeah, man, I'll give you a candle so you could do another stage, but you got to give me that power up of yours. And he could be like, yes or no.
And yeah, when I got offered that, I think I was actually holding the 100% damage thing at the time. And I said no. And then I died. So I was like, fuck you, I'm going to take it anyway.
Yeah, I'm still fairly early in this. I've only put a couple hours into it so far, but I am loving my time with this. It feels weird to say that, like, I'm proud of Recotechnology, because, like, Toro was not a good game. It was a bullfighting, like, QTE kind of game, and it wasn't great. Their early games weren't great, but you could see they had potential. And I think with El Coco, we're seeing that potential.
Yeah, I can agree.
$20. What are your thoughts?
For $20, yeah, totally. Like, this is a pretty fun roguelike. And, like, the art was cute. Action was quick and zippy. Yeah, $20 is fine.
Very good. I agree 100%. I give this a hearty buy it. Just a really, really fun, fluid combat. Enjoyable roguelike that kept making me want to do more runs. I have a feeling that I'm going to end up wanting more when all is said and done, but hopefully we see more content come down the line.
Yeah.
Next up, Dave the Diver, developed and published by MINTROCKET, released November 20th on Xbox One, Series, and PC for $19.99. Explore and unravel the mysteries in the depths of the Blue Hole by day and run a successful exotic sushi restaurant by night. Dive into the ever-changing Blue Hole and use a harpoon and other weapons to catch fish and various creatures. Upgrade and forge equipment with collected resources and sushi restaurant profits to prepare for the dangers that lurk in the Blue Hole. Running out of oxygen means leaving collected items and fish behind. It's easy to get hooked on the satisfying gameplay loop. Aki, Jacob, both you covered this. Aki, start us off. What is Dave the Diver?
Okay, in Dave the Diver, you play as Dave the Diver, and he is called by his friend, some schmuck.
How do you know that's his name?
I don't know. It's just, I think it may have been written in it, possibly. And he's called to this tropical paradise to come and eat sushi, basically. And he gets there, and then a earthquake happens, and the shop is mostly destroyed. So the owner's like, "Hey, you're a diver. If you can go get me fish, I'll cook you some of it up after I'm done serving everybody. So you work for me now, basically." And then you go and you start doing divings into the Blue Hole. And
Blue Hole.
The thing about this place is, for some reason, the environment changes constantly. So you might go in one day and it looks one way, and then go in another day and it looks something different and has a completely different fish ecosystem each time. So you're expected to play through this numerous times so you can see all the different types of fishes. Yeah. Well, not exactly.
Roguelike elements, at least.
Yeah, fair enough. So you're expected to go in here multiple times, catch all the different fishies, because you do have a fish encyclopedia, basically. And you can make different recipes with different fishies. And part of that also allows you to upgrade those dishes, usually by having enough of the resources of said fish and sometimes some of the other ingredients in it in order to level it up. And it can level up numerous times. So you're expected to go in here, do it a whole shit ton of times, level everything up to max so you can sell it for the most that you possibly can to get the most money back out. And it's great. You start off originally with a knife that you can stab a bitch with and a harpoon gun. You eventually unlock other underwater guns, as well as other melee weapons that you pick up down in the ocean. Sadly, can't start with them, which makes me real sad. Typically, because you're using these are lethal weapons, you're going to end up getting less meat and stuff from these animals, and it's going to be of a lower quality. Eventually, you get things like tranquilizer guns and net guns and stuff like that you can use to catch them while they're alive to increase their quality and so on and so forth. Eventually, also unlocking the ability to breed some of these fishies. Not all of them, sadly, or else I'd have a giant thing of just breeding sharks, because, man, they go for a lot of money. And, whilst doing all of this, you're also completing little quests for this eco group that is studying the different life down there. Typically, they want things like different types of starfish, sometimes seaweed, old bones, stuff like that. And there's also a scientist who is obsessed with the sea people. And he's like, I know they're real. I want you to go find it. And it turns out they are real, and you are helping him find them and then helping them deal with their problems as well. So, yeah. And it all comes about just diving, collecting fish, making money, and then using that money to upgrade your gear so that you can dive deeper, dive longer, etc., etc.
Gotcha. Jacob, what are your thoughts on the gameplay?
So the diving sections, I was having a lot of fun, just pretty much exploring. And, like once I finally got good enough with the harpoon gun, it's just like, haha, I'm going to grab a bunch of fishies with it and stuff like that. And then it did get exciting when I actually did start needing the knife. I had, oh shoot, it wasn't a shark, but it was something else started biting me. And I actually had to flee it.
There's barracudas.
Oh no, you know what it was?
Sharks.
It was a lionfish.
Yeah, that was going to be my next one. Lionfish, piranhas. Yeah, they have all sorts of violent little bastards in this.
Yeah, that thing started fucking with me, and then it started chasing, and then I turned around, fired my spear gun, and killed it, which was pretty awesome. So yeah, I had a lot of fun during all the diving parts, and the storyline I think is pretty cool. My issue was actually because of my eyesight, I was having a hard time with the restaurant bits. Figuring out what everyone's stuff was based on the little tiny icons, and you can't make stuff bigger. I mean, part of it has to do with the art style. I get it, but it was just it was really tough for me to do that. And so what ended up happening is that my kids were also playing this, and my kids would take care of the dining room stuff or the restaurant stuff for me, and then I'd just go off and do the diving stuff. So it was kind of cool, handing it off to them, because Dad's eyesight is apparently going, and he's old and 40.
Your eyesight's going? Dude, you've had glasses the entire time I've known you.
So?
Your eyesight's always been going.
How do you know that, I haven't been wearing these Sylvester Stallone did in the early 90s, to make him look smart?
Because they don't make
Because you don't look smart.
Rude.
Honest. There's a difference.
I've only seen, 2 photos of me.
Did either of you dabble with any of the DLC for this game?
No,
I wanted to, but I could. I just never got around to it.
They require you to get a certain distance into the game. I think you have to be in chapter 5 or 7 or 9, something like that, in order to actually get to them. So you have to actually be pretty deep into the game to do it. I know one of them, Godzilla shows up, and if you're not prepared for that, it will actually fuck you over. And I know originally on Steam, people complained because it soft locked you if you weren't prepared for it when it showed up. I think they've since changed that, thankfully. And then the other free one is the Dredge DLC.
Yep.
I don't remember what that one did. And then there's now also a paid for Ichiban DLC because it's Yakuza, and therefore I'm surprised the Godzilla one's free, honestly, but it definitely cost them some money, so they had to pass that over to the fans to get it, and that one's some really basic stuff, actually.
The Dredge Pack lets you encounter characters and aberrations from Dredge. You'll have to turn the aberrant fish into sushi and feed the hooded figures. So,
Hanky Bojangles.
So again, 2 free DLCs, a $7 paid DLC. The game itself clocks in at $20. What do you two think of Dave the Diver?
I'll let you go first, Jacob.
Yeah, I agree with the $20 price. It's a lot of fun. I just wish that some accessibility stuff gets thrown in eventually.
Accessibility is always good.
Yes, it is. I originally played this on Steam and bought it for myself because I had only heard good things and I really liked it. And then I got it on Xbox and it's still amazeballs. I fucking love this shit. So yeah, I'm totally for it. It is so good. I think you'd really like it, Bri.
Yeah, it's very cool that it finally came to Xbox as well.
Yeah, it's bitchin'.
All right. Moving on to Terrifier, the ARTcade game developed by Relevo, published by Selecta Play, released November 21st. Series X and S, Switch, PS5, PC for $19.99. Become Art the Clown, the sinister and unpredictable villain from the Terrifier series, as you unleash chaos across a variety of locations. Each stage is a movie set where a film about art is being produced. But you're here to disrupt the show. That doesn't sound good enough. Each stage is a movie set where a film about art is being produced. And you're here to cut motherfuckers with a chainsaw. Jacob, tell us about Terrifier, the ARTcade game.
So Terrifier, the ARTcade game, I've only seen the first Terrifier film. I haven't seen 2 or 3. But you can play as Art the Clown, and there are 3 other characters that you can play with. So there is couch co-op for this game, which is pretty cool. Yeah, they're like, one guy looks like he escaped from a mental hospital. Like one lady looks like a reanimated corpse, and the other one looks like a tiny version of Art the Clown, except like a little girl. Like, I don't know, weird. But anyway. So, as I said, couch co-op with this, and you start off at the very beginning of it in like kind of like a movie warehouse kind of thing, and you have to beat up all of like these firefighters and like army-looking guys and policemen who are there as security to prevent you from doing anything, and all the while, like sometimes there are people running through, who you could just straight up murder just randomly, like, because they're trying to escape from you, but they're running towards you because, I don't know. But there's a lot of throwbacks to Streets of Rage and Final Fight, especially with, like, how some of the enemies are done. We have, like, you know, the motorcycle guys that are inexplicably on motorcycles everywhere, like, whether it's hallways, you know, movie sets, bathrooms. Yeah, you know, there's going to be a motorcycle guy. The enemies was actually one of the things I had issues with this game. There's really not a lot of variation with it. And like, I realize, you know, like the old beat 'em ups that we used to play, I mean, like they'd recolor the same sprite, you know, 4 different ways. And then, you know, each guy had slightly more health than the other one. You know, and we'd get like a nice variety that way. This game, like, there's really only 4, really, yeah. Like, there's really only like 4 enemy types, and it's just like they get so everyone gets reused a lot, and that unfortunately starts becoming a little boring with that. But what it lacks in enemy, you know, character art, it makes up in other ways because we have branching paths like pretty much throughout. And so like there's a lot of different ways that you can go through all these levels. And, you know, they will be very different, you know, from each other and with the decisions that you make on it. And each of these levels, they also have like various environmental hazards. Sometimes it's like pits that you can fall in. There is a warehouse where there's like crates from the top that are constantly falling. Of course, there's barrels, you know, all that standard stuff. And then everybody also has a super move that they could do, which, you know, obviously depletes a lot of enemies' health. And once they're like dead, you can hit Y and then do like a finishing move on them. Unfortunately, each character only has like 1 or 2. Actually, I'm sorry, I should say each one of them has like 2 finishing moves. And so yeah, it's cool to make eyeballs explode and like hit the game screen and stuff like that, but it's just, I wish there was more to it, which feels like I wish there was more variation to stuff. But it was kind of cool, like, flipping through all the different characters and then seeing like what their finishing moves for everyone was. I really liked the one, like the lady that looks like a corpse, kind of, like she gnaws on people's heads and like eats off like the front quarter of their face. Like, it's pretty cool. But yeah, like, as you're beating everybody up, the violence is over the top. Blood is all over the place. With the finishing moves, it's basic fatalities from Mortal Kombat, and like you'll have like limbs flying at the screen and stuff like that. With the combat, eventually, I mean, you could start figuring out what everyone's deal is. Like, what's the easiest way to go at some of the characters. But the game is also not particularly forgiving with that. And some of these guys, like, they could do like insane combos that'll wipe out pretty much most of your health bar if you're not careful enough, if they time it like just so. And even though there are continues, they are not infinite. So it is possible to like have an end game at some point. But yeah, like, I had a lot of fun. I just wish there was more to it. Like, the gameplay is solid, and I like the branching paths. It's just, I wish that there was more of a variation with like finishing moves and character design for the enemies.
That's fair. Any kind of like bonus features in there or anything? Like any movie clips or?
There is a lot of art that you can unlock. But I believe that there are some movie clips, but I don't think I've unlocked them yet. Or if I did, I've only unlocked like one of them. But you do collect these videotapes throughout all the levels, and you get some piece of art essentially with every single one.
Gotcha. All right.
You get art of art.
It clocks in at $20. What do you think of this one?
It's not the best beat 'em up for $20, but I mean, I figure that part of this is paying for the license. I think fans of the Terrifier series will like it. I think fans of the beat 'em up genre will also like it. Like, a lot of this is just shock value, which is also kind of like what the movies are as well. It's fine. I like, for $20, I wouldn't be upset.
Very cool. Yeah, I want to get this one myself. I'm interested. And I already put your face in a screenshot from it.
Oh, good.
Yay. Next game, Street Racer Collection, developed by QUByte Interactive, published by QUByte and Bleem.net. Released November 27th, Xbox One, Series and PC, Switch, PS4, PS5, and PC for $19.99. Combining the speed of an arcade racer with the brawling of a fighting game, this cult classic made its mark with its originality and its own dose of chaos and personality. Race on tracks filled with obstacles and crazy settings from Mount Rushmore to Transylvania, where they filmed Dracula, Dead and Loving It. Use special moves to knock out your rivals and explore modes that go far beyond traditional racing. Get ready to laugh, crash, accelerate, and fight for every corner. Street Racer Collection is pure arcade fun, straight from the past to your screen. Jacob, what is Street Racer Collection?
So I was not familiar with this series at all. Like, had you heard of it before?
I think on Super Nintendo.
Okay.
Was it on Super Nintendo? I thought so.
Yeah,
Mode 7, and then there was a Game Boy game too that I remember.
Correct. Yeah, I mean, that's in the collection too. So it's a collection of like 4 or 5 titles.
I don't have this, so I don't know what's in it.
Okay.
We only got one.
I wasn't familiar, as I said, with the series, and one of the things that kind of surprised me is that how familiar some of the stuff was. I mean, the Street Racer logo is supposed to invoke Speed Racer. like that property. But then I was looking at some of the sprites for some of the characters in these games, and I'm like, these kind of look like, I mean, I'm not saying that they were lifted from Street Fighter 2, like, or combining, like, you know, like Dalshim's head with like Sagat's like back of his head and neck, and like it looks like M. Bison's face on one guy, like all three of them mashed together. It was weird, but like I'm just like, this stuff looks
it's very
familiar.
possible. These are from Super Nintendo Game Boy era. Genesis.
Yeah. So essentially it is like a Mario Kart except with fighters, and like you're able to do these attacks like to your left or right. And you're doing this while you're going around on a track, avoiding obstacles like oil spills and like just rocks and like bumps, and like it's not exactly, this was not groundbreaking when it came out. Like, I mean, it's fine, but like it's a simple kart racing game. Like it's entertaining enough, but I don't know. It unfortunately didn't do anything for me.
I mean, there's 4 games in there, right?
Yes.
Like, what are the differences between them?
So pretty much what it boils down to is graphics. I mean, obviously the Game Boy one's going to be in black and white. But there was a Super NES. I mean, it was a 16-bit game, because I don't think it like actually labels it as Super NES. But there was, I think there was 2 total. Actually 16-bit games. Yeah,
I'm looking at the store page. It mentions.
Sorry, here we go. It's MS-DOS, Mega Drive, Super Nintendo, and Game Boy.
Gotcha.
Honestly, the DOS version, in my opinion, I think that one looked like the DOS and the Super Nintendo ones looked the best and played the best, but I don't know. Like it. As I said, it didn't do anything for me. It's like it just felt like it was third place to Mario Kart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair to say, because it kind of was. I appreciate these collections more because this is like this shit you'd never expect to come back. And because of QUByte, these are 4 games that would have otherwise been trapped in the past.
Yep.
But $20 on it. What do you think of Street Racer Collection?
Gameplay wise, I'd say wait for a sale. But if you enjoy supporting what companies like QUByte and Limited Run Games and stuff like that, and Night Dive Studios, if you appreciate that kind of stuff, I'd say pick it up for $20. I mean, it's $5 a game. Like, it's worth it.
Alrighty. Next game to talk about is Crime Simulator, developed by Cookie Dev, published by Ultimate Games, released December 1st, Series X and S for $19.99. You're out of jail, but the debt isn't gone. Sneak, steal, and break into houses solo or in 4-player co-op. Use lockpick, sleeping gas, and brute force to complete jobs. Outsmart security and make enough money before time runs out. Will you pay back what you owe or lose everything? If it's a save file, I think you lose everything, right, Aki?
Yeah, just a wee little fucking bit. Yeah.
Was that a good opening segue joke?
That just hurt my soul. So probably.
Okay, now that you're hurt, Bri, tell us, what is Crime Simulator?
Like the description says, this was not a stealth game where you get to calculate your moves and go in quietly, nor is it just a smash and grab simulator. You're just out of prison, and while you might have paid your debt to society, you have not paid off the crime syndicate or whoever got us out. So we're here stealing stuff and committing some light crimes. You have the option to play in 4-player co-op online, or you can play in offline solo mode. I wish I had known Aki was on this so that I could have played with her. Granted, I also just got back from vacation, so that probably wouldn't have worked out. Anyway, there is a standard mode and an endless mode you can start with, and then a hardcore and completionist mode you can unlock after you've completed standard mode, I guess. I didn't complete standard mode. So there's also a tutorial mode that tells you the basics of how the game is played. And it goes a little something like this. You have quotas to make for value of stolen goods and a certain time frame to do things in. You get a cut of that too that you can use to buy equipment to make the job easier, from basic lock picks to high-tech gadgets. Or you can spend your money on tips for locations that you can burglarize. You start out in a truck that is like your lobby headquarters, and you have a job board and a computer to fiddle with to get your jobs in order. On your computer, you can buy tools and have them sent by a drone to your location. You can pick up new jobs with specifics like to plant evidence in someone's house or steal a specific thing. There's also like item requests where people are looking for bikes and game consoles and shit like that you can cash in on. You just have to get the money to those people who got you out of jail early. That's like the important thing in the game. And
every set of few days after you have a few days to actually complete your quota, and then the next quota shows up and it's more expensive, and it just keeps going until you lose.
Yeah, the actual application of this is like harder than it sounds, because like people are home and they call the police. They're easily alerted to your presence, and everyone is even on more alert while the police are around. You can just run back to your mobile base truck and sit there and wait, though. And the police were kind of dumb, and I got away from them easily the multiple times I alerted this one lady who never seemed to leave her fucking house.
Yeah, also, every day is timed.
Yes, but when you're at base, it doesn't seem to, like...
It doesn't
change.
It freezes.
Yeah. In your actual home base, where you turn the loot in from your runs and lock it in, you'll have like you have to do that at home base because you have limited inventory space. So you'll run back to your truck with the goods as often as possible. Your tools and loot take up your 5 slots as well. So and your tools break over time, and you'll have to get new ones. I found a credit card skimmer and a crowbar in the neighborhood I was working the first time, so I didn't feel bad about stealing from like at least one of those people. You do get to take some items with you on your next trip if they're still in your inventory, which was also nice. While you're at the home base, you can also check tutorial items in a list that'll give you more in-depth looks at things like NPC routines, sneaking, and tools and stuff like that. And you can practice your lock-picking skills on the 3 different types of locks and do some safe cracking. While you're on the job, time moves. So you have a clock on your HUD. You have a limited amount of time in the night to get stuff and get out, basically. You can take lots of small things, drop them in your truck for later to submit in the base. You can grab bigger things, too, like paintings and furniture and, well, not furniture, but like TVs and shit. And there are special tools you can purchase to break into houses like glass cutters. But in lower levels, you'll find door keys just laying around in people's patios and windows left unlocked, which is nice. Some houses, garages, and cars and stuff will have security on them that you'll need to overcome. You can just pick up rocks and throw them at cameras, which is awesome. You can also get into combat and die really easily, which will land you in the hospital with fees to keep you going. So that sucks. And combat is clunky. I would recommend avoiding it whenever possible. You can dodge with Y and attack with right trigger. You can even throw your weapons at people. I punched some guy just to see what happened. It did not go well. He was suddenly armed with a baseball bat and kicked my ass thoroughly with ease.
The guy who owns the garage.
Yep. That said, there's an achievement for taking out a police officer. So
I got that by accident.
Yeah. I would say the game gets challenging, not just in terms of how much loot you need to bring in during your short period of time, but in terms of security and skills you need to have access to. And the game wants you to do all kinds of things in one game for achievements, or one run for achievements. So this game is kind of roguelike. If you don't make your quotas on time, it's game over. And then you learn different skills and expand your inventory, but like all that takes time.
Yeah, this isn't going to be as hard for those of you who have played like Thief Simulator 1 and 2, because this is the same devs. I've reviewed, I think, both of those, or at least I did the first one. I think I did the second one as well. It's very much that, except for now you're on a time limit, which is the hardest part for me, because I'm used to, like, spending a couple days in-game just figuring out what people are doing, finding the best time, and then going in and getting it done. You don't have the time to do that shit in this game at all. As you play through it and you die, because you're going to die, it's just an inevitability, all of the upgrades that you bought for your hideout stay, which is nice, because you can buy some upgrades from furniture is what it's called, but they can give you benefits, like there's a treadmill in there, it makes your characters faster, there's a set of weights, it gives you more damage per hit, and you can throw things further and stuff like that. To other items like repair bench that will help you repair damaged goods that you found in people's houses so you can sell them for more, or even your own stuff so you don't have to buy brand new stuff because it's a lot cheaper just to repair it. To things like there's the Hackerman desk, which allows you to break into locked electronics so you can sell those for more or turn them in for various assignments. Sadly for Xbox, the Hackerman desk is completely fucking broken and doesn't work whatsoever, which is a shame because that's required for some of the achievements, so I hope they fix that. Otherwise, it's not too bad. As you die, you get experience points, and those give you the ability to level up. There's two different types of levels up. There's level ups from standard XP that your character gets that stays also through all the deaths, but when you get a skill point, you can find magazines around in levels, pick those up and learn stuff, and they become permanent buffs to all your future characters. Some of them might be like, oh, now you can grow and sell weed, or this one makes it to where cameras have a harder time tracking you and catching you, so you can sneak through a little easier. People aren't able to identify you as a bad guy quite as quickly, or you can beat the shit out of people much easier, things like that. And then there's also ones for getting your character leveled up in a different way. I don't understand what the difference between these are particularly, but when you die, you get a bunch of XP based on what all you did and different challenges you've beaten, and that you get to unlock new skills that are like, oh, you start with 500 extra money every game, or now you have professional mode unlocked, or you can buy this item is now in the stores from this point forward forever, permanently now. Stuff like that, which makes the game easier and or harder, because like professional mode and I think master mode or something like that are both significantly harder game modes.
Yeah.
But most of the other stuff is there to make your future runs slightly easier, like getting 500 extra money at the beginning means you can buy shit now, so that you don't have to go into your first day with just your fists. Now you can go in with a lockpick and a fucking window cutter or crowbar or something to beat the shit out of people or what have you. Makes life easier, stuff like that. I really like this. However, I found a couple issues in my game, namely the repair workbench was, I bought it and it was just fucking invisible. I could still interact with it, I could still place stuff on it, I could still pick it up and place it around in the base, but I couldn't see it. It was just invisible, so it was sometimes kind of a pain in the ass to find.
Of invisible, I have a question. Did you get the invisibility tool?
No, I have not.
Okay, because there's an achievement for something called an invisibility tool. The achievement is called John Cena.
I like that. I also found an issue where, and this is for getting into menus, because originally this is a Steam game. There's a couple menus that you can get into. Bri brought one up where you could unlock information on different houses and stuff. If you don't buy all of that all at once, it prevents you from buying them again because you can't get in and actually hover over the buy button to any of the other ones but the first one. So you have to buy it and just keep pushing A and buy everything for that house, or you can only buy the first part and you can never get to the second one, which is a problem that they need to address. There's also jobs that you can take. I think Bri also mentioned this. If you fail them because they are also timed, you're supposed to be able to go in and pay a very small amount of money to retry it. You can't get into that because, again, it is made for mouse and keyboard originally, and you just can't get into it for some dumb reason, for the exact same reason as the prior information stuff. So you can't turn around and retry the missions, which means that you can't unlock the next tier of missions. So you can't complete missions anymore the rest of this playthrough, so you have to die, and then you can get back into it, which is really fucking irritating. And then the last one I had was, it suddenly just said I had 0 playtime, even though I was almost at level 10, and it wouldn't let me start my save, and now it lets me start my save, but it puts me in a slightly color changing area where I have no body, and there's a void of just specific color in front of me, and therefore the save is completely unusable, which bums me out because I really like the game, but now I have to basically replay the entire thing all over again, which is not as fun as you might imagine.
Yeah, and Aki and I were talking about this at the beginning, and I went and checked my game because I was like, oh, well, there was just an update. And apparently I lost some save progress as well, because it says that I've only played 22 minutes on that save. And I'm like, that is not true, sir.
Oh,
did you actually go into the save?
So I went into the save and it loaded fine. It just...
Okay, good.
Yeah, but it's got some save progress loss, So
the game's got some issues, but it could be fun if everything's fixed up and taken care of. As of now, it clocks in at $20 dues. What are your thoughts on Crime Sim?
I think it's a good price for what it is. I feel like I would have had more fun if I had played it with other people, and I didn't realize that I had that opportunity. So that's something I'd like to try.
This winter, when we're on break, we can play it together. I'll happily play this with you. I fucking love these games. Okay,
good. So I'm gonna give this a try it, because I didn't have as many problems as Aki did. But I think even if the problems weren't there, or I didn't know about the potential problems, I even though I think the price is good, I think I just didn't have as much fun with this as I thought I should. So, and I'm not sure if that was just like the roguelike aspect or what, but I was expecting more of the Thief Sim, and this was not it. So it was not it just didn't meet my expectations. Yeah. So try it, but it's a good try it.
For me, right now, this one is a pass. Once they get it to where it's not broken anymore, it's definitely going to be a buy it for me, because I really like the Thief Simulator games. I really liked when I was playing this and it was working. I don't like the fact that I spent like 3 days playing this and lost all of that progress, because you are very slow to level up. So the fact that I was at almost level 10 is a long time. And so I think once they get the problems that I said I had fixed, I think it'll be fine. But right now, there is a lot of problems with it. If you want to get this on like Steam, go for it. It should work perfectly fine there. But on console right now, it's a wee bit broke, and they need to fix that up fully. And then at that point, it'll be a buy it for me. But for right now, it's a pass.
Yeah. Wait until it's fixed.
Exactly.
All right, moving on. Next game is Bus World, developed by Kishmish Games, also published by Ultimate Games. Released November 20th on Series X and S for $19.99. Bus World is a game about transporting passengers under various conditions, from your regular daily routes to emergency rescue missions during natural and man-made disasters. Play through gripping scenarios or enjoy the freedom of creating your own routes in free mode. Travel across diverse maps, each with its own unique atmosphere. Jacob, you and I played this one. This was not at all what I was expecting it to be. I didn't expect this game to open up in like a war-torn town where you're transporting people through radiation. Like, what?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was a little surprised by that being the demo. Like, so often with these kind of games, I'm used to like the little crappy bus depot where like, it's just like, this is how you turn left. This is how you turn right. Like, nah, you got to evacuate all these people from Chernobyl so they don't die of radiation poisoning.
It's so crazy. Yeah, this is a different take on bus sims where you're still running routes, you're still driving a bus. You have to, you got to do everything. Hit the Y button to start it, hit the B button to take it out of park, click the stick to put it into reverse, hit the trigger to reverse it, hit the stick again to put it into drive, pull the trigger to drive, and then go pick up some passengers, take them where they need to go. Avoid the radiation.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it on that level. Yeah. And one thing I felt real bad about is that like, at some point, like pretty early on, there's a car that's like broke down in the middle of the road, and like there's two people staying by it, and I just like right on past them, and I was just like, oh shit, was I supposed to pick those people up?
Good deuces.
Like, did I just strand like two people and like, oh great, they're gonna get radiation poisoning now because I didn't do anything, and they
are dead because of you. Yes.
Yeah, I was not expecting to be weighing moral issues in a tutorial, but
for a bus simulator like this,
that's bus world for you.
I didn't even like, if you look at the picture for Bus World on the store, half of it is like a happy day and the other half is like through a forest fire. I didn't notice that. They're kind of like upfront about this, is like, you're gonna be driving through some weird shit, man.
Some shit. Yeah. Like one of the next missions that you could choose, I mean, you could choose between, do you want to try to survive an avalanche, or do you want to have drive through a geyser park that's having tectonic activity? It's like, do you guys ever fucking chill in this game?
Like tsunamis, floods, earthquakes, volcanoes, forest fire. Like, this is
what all those simulator games should be. Like, this is what they all should be. Like, I wish. Like, I fucking wish. Like,
this is such a different, unexpected take on a genre that we've covered so many times, and I have to give them tons of credit because of the fact that they did something different with this. It's not just driving around a city street, wait for the green light and proceed through traffic. Like, this is different. This is more intense. It is more involved. It is more, I could say, emotional. Like, you're driving through like disasters in this.
Yeah.
You're making me regret not taking this now.
I mean, I offered.
It's true. I didn't know that that's what it was going to be. Sounds great.
And the thing is that I didn't even plan on reviewing this game. I didn't. Like, and then I finally sit down to play this, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Like, oh man. I really like
this was not what I expected, and it is really, really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still got that sim jank to it, like where you hit a curb and you just stop and forever.
It depends on what type of bus you're driving. Like, I noticed, like, if it's like one of the like long city buses, those are fine. But some missions also have you drive like those, I don't know how to describe it, but it's like a bus built on like the front of a truck. Like, you know what I mean? like essentially a short bus, but
Yeah.
like I think they're more considered to be shuttles at this point. But anyway, like those things are a bitch, and like the camera like constantly wanders, and there is no way to like with the big tall buses, like they're like the camera was very specifically in like a good spot, and when you're sitting inside of these like little shuttle van things, it is just absolute hell trying to navigate any kind of curves in there because the bus turns one way, but your head won't necessarily turn with it.
Yeah.
And so it's just like, oh man, navigating that geyser level was a bitch.
Yeah, this is a weird one. It is it clocks in at $20.
Absolutely.
I kind of look at this two ways. If you're into Sims, this is a must own. If you're not into Sims, instead of giving this a deny it, I give it a try it. Because it's so different, it might change your mind.
That's fair.
Any other thoughts, comments?
No, I just I hope to see more similar titles from these folks, like other types of simulators.
Pancake
set
simulator.
Natural disasters, you know. Yeah, you have to open up a Waffle House during like the middle of a hurricane or some shit like that.
Joe Can's House of Pancakes. Delivering the wettest pancakes.
I mean, I was thinking like maybe like one of those lumberjack simulators that I had to do a couple of years ago, except like you have to like rebuild your house after, you know, a meteor hit and destroyed like your entire forest.
You're trying to log trees and save them before a forest fire takes them.
That sounds like a Werner Herzog film, to be honest.
All right. Anyway, moving on. Next game, Puzzle Parasite. Developed and published by Wrenfall. Released December 3rd on PC for $14.99. Puzzle Parasite is a sci-fi puzzle adventure where you wield telekinetic powers and a cricket bat. You send energy cores flying, power alien tech, and avoid deadly lasers as you go deeper to uncover hidden secrets. A handcrafted tribute to the classics that made us think in new ways. Aki, what is Puzzle Parasite?
Okay, this is a puzzle game where you play a member of a space exploration team, and you found yourself in some alien ruins. They know of aliens, they've studied many alien places, apparently they're friends with other aliens, who fucking knows? I don't know, I don't care about these people. I care about the puzzles! And the puzzles are, there's these orbs around, and you can smack them into pillars where they stick, and that can power an item up. If you double power it up, it powers it down, instead of making it more powered up or something. It's weird. And then you're trying to get these orbs into sucked up into this machine that basically catches them and then powers up a teleportation to send you to the next area so that you can get the fuck out of these ruins back to your ship, more or less. And one of your friends decided that some of the gear you just absolutely had to have was a fucking cricket bat. You know what? Fair. You never know when you have to smack an alien in the head. Fair enough, I guess, whatever. So you now treat these orbs like they're cricket balls. You pick them up, you throw them into the air, and you smack this bitch, send them flying like wiffle balls. It's great. Eventually you do unlock some other powers, namely the ability to pick up orbs and yank them towards you from a distance, which you can use to do that if they're like over a chasm or something. That way you can smack them before they even reach the ground and send them fucking flying. Oh, it's so fun when you actually manage to do that. I fail it so many times because fuck, that is hard to do. And yeah, the game in and of itself isn't particularly hard to beat any of these levels. It's usually pretty straightforward. You get usually a few of these orbs around the level, and it's just about getting the amount of orbs that you need to into the final area, because there might be multiple of these things that suck up the orbs to power up the teleporter, basically. So it's just about getting that many orbs to the end, which typically isn't too hard. The hard part is getting the miscellaneous achievements in this game, because they're all a big old fuck you and a middle finger straight in your face. Because this game don't fuck around. Like, there's one level where it's like, oh yeah, beat the level without ever having the item touch the ground or despawn, or something like that.
Finish level 35 without jumping.
That one probably won't be too bad.
Finish level 41 without moving the red core.
That probably gonna be a pain in the ass. I haven't gotten
Finish
that far
level
in the game
39 without letting any core touch the ground.
That one's gonna be... You're gonna have to be basically an expert at the game for shit like that. Because there's another one that's on an earlier level that's like that as well. And I tried and tried and tried. I spent like 3 or 4 hours on just that level, and nope, couldn't do it. And I was like, okay, well, fuck it. And then I got the miscellaneous achievement for the level right after that, and I was like, well, I just feel stupid. So
achievements look like they're gonna piss people off if they come to console.
Yeah, they aren't fucking around. Like, there's a lot of achievements for like, oh, just beat this level, and those are easy. You can beat all of them, not too hard. It's when it's like, oh yeah, beat the level without ever having this item despawn, or beat the level without holding it or letting it touch the ground. That's the one that I was having trouble with. That good fucking luck with that bullshit. I couldn't fucking do it to save my life. Did you
get any good chain reactions, combos, anything fun?
I did actually just once. You can pick up rocks and throw them into the orbs, or even knock an orb into another orb, and send them both flying like that. And I managed to do it twice. I picked up a rock on the level where you couldn't hold on to the item or let it touch the ground. At first, I wasn't thinking of using the power to yank it towards me and then smack it like it's a wiffle ball. But I threw a rock the first time, and it took me a number of tries, but eventually I hit the orb with a rock and sent it flying the wrong direction, as I quickly found out. And then in another level, I used an orb, I threw it up, and I smacked that bitch, and it hit an orb that was constantly falling into a pit. There was the ability to activate a bridge under it. However, the miscellaneous achievement was for finishing the level without activating that bridge, and you couldn't collect it any other way. So I flung that fucking ball into it with the cricket bat, and knocked them both onto the other side. That was so fun. Doing shit like that is really, really, really fun. It is very hard to do it because it is very physicsy and they don't fuck around, so it's very difficult to get it to actually hit it. And then when it hits, you have to make sure you have aimed it somewhere where it's not just going to immediately fall any fucking way. So, but man, anytime you actually get it to hit the way you want, it feels so fucking cool because it's so awesome. Yeah.
Well, $15 on this one.
I'm for it. I am very for it. If you don't like difficult achievements, maybe not for you. But if you really like puzzles and you like physics-based games, I think this is definitely for you. This was really fun. It's very hard, but really fun.
All right. Moving on to Finding America, the Heartland Collector's Edition. Developed by BoomZap, published by Ocean Media, released December 3rd on Xbox One and Series X and S for $9.99. Strap on your seatbelts for a trip to America's heartland. From South Dakota's monumental Mount Rushmore to the humble farmhouses of Kansas, this lovely slice of American pie will have something just for you. Visit jazz bars in Illinois, Wisconsin's cheese shops, and stunning national parks, all as lovingly crafted hidden object scenes and challenging mini games. Jacob, you check this out. Did anyone else get time with this one?
I did not.
I didn't realize I even had it until a little bit earlier today when I went into my stuff and I was like, the fuck did I get this game from? So no,
Jacob, tell us about your time
you
with Finding America.
I mean, all right. So, I mean, as much as I would love to roast Aki for not even realizing that she owned the game, I mean, it's a hidden object game. And if you've played other ones that have you going to different locales, because travel is like a big theme in a lot of these games. If you've played something like that, it's like that, except they're all just set in America. And it's going to different places, like different parks, different forest scenes, or different, like, you know, like a market scene, or there's a jazz bar. There's kind of like a log house kind of thing. Like it's a lot of standard Americana scenes. I think there's supposed to be a plot in here. If there is, I don't remember it. But it does try changing things up a bit with the standard game modes for their puzzles. I mean, hidden object puzzle. And so not only is it like the standard, like, oh, well, you know, here's a list of stuff. Sometimes it's going to be like the silhouettes, or you know, like parts of the names are missing, and it just nothing remarkable is to be found here. It is a perfectly average hidden object game.
Any other comments?
Not really. The music's a little grating, but yeah. It's
a hidden object puzzle game, and it hid in my library without me knowing it, so I think it did good.
All right, hold on. So you were mispronouncing miscellaneous earlier, and you
With
just said library.
Yeah, no R in library, but you add the C in miscellaneous.
Okay. I will just not say okay. I didn't even notice any of that. Sure. Yeah, totally did that. Totally. Probably.
All right, the collector's edition of this game includes 25 hidden object scenes, 30 themed mini games, and trivia about the Heartland. Any good trivia in the game? Go to Branson for tourism.
Yeah, honestly, I actually wish I could have gone to Branson. Fun story about that. No, I forget how the hell my wife and I discovered it. But we found this. It was a CD of this Asian fellow who was playing a violin, and like we found it. It was like, okay, classical music. It was $1. We'll buy it, and we were like, holy shit, this guy's actually pretty good. And we like found all these different like videos of him. Violinist Branson, Shoji Tabuchi was his name, and essentially like people called him like the king of Branson. Like he had like this like music show that was going there for like 30 odd years, and like everybody knew him, he knew everybody, and like, yeah, it was just like a random thing. But I actually always wanted to go out to Branson to like see his show, but he passed away a couple of years ago. So good talk.
Mm-hmm. All right, so $10 on this. What do you
actually
think?
Wanted to go there. $10 if you like hidden object games, then yeah. If not, then wait for a sale.
Sounds good. Next up, Dungeons and Ducklings, developed by Bear Belly Games, published by Silesia Games. Released December 3rd on Xbox, 4th on PlayStation, coming out the 11th on the Switch for $4.99. An evil lich has tainted Mama Duck's beloved pond and kidnapped her ducklings. Arm up and beat him once and for all in the Quackman roguelite. Storm through the dungeon mazes to rescue her family with classic arcade controls and a twist and attack button. What? Oh, okay, I see how it's formatted. With classic arcade controls and a twist, an attack button that lets you smash walls and enemies, You'll fight back against the Lich and his army in no time. The dash on the separate line threw me off, but no one's looking at my notes, so no one knows what the hell I'm talking about. Bri, what is Dungeons and Ducklings?
So yeah, in this roguelite dungeon crawler, we're a mama duck trying to save her ducklings from an evil lich who is dumping toxic sludge into the pond. We start out in some dungeons or sewers or whatever, and we're aided by Akira the cat, who runs the Toe Beans Cafe. They make a deal with us to supply us with a weapon to help us out, but they need to be our exclusive vendor from then on out. It's very cute. In fact, I let the background animations run on Akira while I was typing notes, and there was even more cuteness where they play with the yarn on the table and then like duck behind the counter like they're gonna pounce and attack it. There's a lot of like just cute little stuff like that going on in this game. So you're gonna crawl through this dungeon, and while you're there, you have like a panda librarian who needs your help finding missing pages of a book. And you find this out from the hub you start at whenever you die. Game kind of plays like an unlimited Pac-Man. You're wandering through the labyrinthine dungeons, and there's this toxic goo at the bottom of the screen, and you have to walk fast through the hallways. You're top down, by the way, and you have to keep ahead of the goo. All the while, there's coins to collect in lines in the hallways and monsters to dodge or to strike. You have limited attacks, though. There's fruit and other things that you can eat that'll replenish your attacks. There's even like pipes and portals you can run through to either like go to another part of the screen and like escape things. Or there's another portal, I don't know what it does. Anyway, but there's like pipes and stuff that'll move you to other parts of the screen, which may make it easier to escape the constant encroaching wall of goo. Like I said, you can destroy walls with your attacks to get out of a bind or collect pages of the books that are missing for the panda. But yeah, our goal is to find the ducklings and lead them to safety. On my second run, I finally found one, and then it got ate by a bat. But I survived a little while after that, only to get caught with no attack later in a corner, and I got ate by a bat. Apparently, I don't do good around the bats, because they can move through walls. Each time you die, you get pulled out of the dungeon by the cat and encouraged to spend all the money you've earned on new weapons and permanent upgrades to your character. You can upgrade things like better attack, multi-level attacks, speed increase, and extra lives. You not only need to have the proper amount of money to upgrade, but you have to do certain tasks like save a duckling in order to unlock the upgrades in the first place. When you start each run, you can go to the changing station and put on the gear of the class best suited to your style, or something else to change up your run. The standard D&D classes are represented, so you can be like a fighter, a rogue, a wizard, stuff like that. And you have different weapon types and stats for each. You can buy different weapons like wizard staves and bows and all sorts of stuff like that. The game will even tell you your best stats on runs with each archetype. The pixel art was really cute. Side rooms in the hub reminded me of like an old point-and-click adventure. I had a good time with this one.
All right. Any other thoughts on it?
Nope.
$5. What do you think?
I think if you like a casual roguelike, this is cute. The price is excellent. I'm not like super into roguelites these days, but I think this is worth taking a look at, and I'm going to give it a buy it.
Very good.
Really cute. I don't know how else to explain the Pac-Man-esque feel to it, but it's unlimited instead of being in this like limited map where you're just running around avoiding the ghosts. Like you have to run in different directions, and it was a really interesting twist on that kind of dungeon crawl. So yeah.
All right. Let us wrap up the show. We got 2 games from our friend Xitilon to talk about. Should we talk about the one we want to talk about, or the one that we're all kind of dreading first?
I don't care. Whichever.
All right. Well, we'll start with the dreaded one. I Love Season 4. Developed by Ludovic Sama, published by Xitilon. Available in the I Love bundle for $10.99, which includes all 4 seasons. And all versions of those 4 seasons will be available standalone soon for $4.99 per platform. New beautiful game about love. In this puzzle, you need to swap the tiles to indirectly control the hearts that move towards each other until blocked by a wall. Help the hearts have a date. This has not been our favorite series.
Nope.
And guess what? It still isn't.
I'll take one for the team and I'll talk about it.
Go for it.
I feel bad talking about this game because I don't think any of us like the first three, and we're here at number 4, and it's hard to know what even to say. It's more of the same. So if you like the first games, by all means, give this a try. I think the game presumes that you play the others and you know what to do. I couldn't even find a tutorial in this one at all. So if you didn't like the others, this one's definitely not going to change your mind. The gist of the game is that you have different levels to do in your heart-shaped level-shaped select map. And when you enter a level, you'll see several boxes with open and closed spaces that create a pattern inside. Most of the tiles will have 2 exits to them. And you have to shuffle the tiles one by one to get the red heart and the blue heart together by the magic of magnetism. To add more challenge to the game, there is a suggested moves count and a timer, which can both fuck off. There are special romantic zones, and I forget what they do. And there are other things that can break your heart. Like there's like a black heart that shows up at some point, and there's a couple other little like add-ons to this, but like as far as puzzles go, this had an interesting premise. It just didn't deliver for me. I found it was more tedious than fun.
Yeah.
That's putting it mildly.
I will say I liked the cover art for this game of the 2 gamers with the little hearts in their controllers. I'm also ridiculously in love right now, and like I'm totally the target audience for that sappy shit right now.
Aww.
Oy vey.
Plan to be $5 per platform. Do you have a verdict?
I'm a pass.
I'm a pass.
Does anyone have a different verdict?
If you like this type of game, then sure.
Yeah.
But if you don't, then this is a hard no.
If you like this type of game, who hurt you?
The good news is, if you bought the I Love bundle in the past, you already own it.
Yeah.
Xitilon has been doing a cool little thing where they have been adding games to already released bundles. So, GG,
and
you
it
got
just gets
this.
uploaded for free. Yeah, that's really cool of them. I do appreciate that. Whilst I hate this specific set of games, that is really awesome. So that anyone who actually really likes these games, they're going to likely continue to get all of them that come out. That is so fucking cool. So I props to the company. That's really awesome.
Yeah, I definitely like that aspect of it.
All right. Well, last game is RoboHero. Again, developed by LuvikSama. This one published again by Xitilon. This one came out December 4th, Xbox One, Series X and S, and Xbox PC. $4.99 each. Classic Sokoban with a twist and a sci-fi theme. A scientific organization sends a robot expeditor, whatever, developed on an artificial intelligence to the newly discovered exoplanet Zarin, on which most likely there are very valuable resources for humanity. Is there? Anyone have thoughts on this one?
I mean, I've already beaten one version of this, and I was just like, hell yeah, when I saw this, because, shit. Like, I mean, this is almost exactly like the, what's the other one called? Like, it's the same exact thing, like little robot guy pushing boxes around a spaceship. Do you remember what the heck it's called? It's not RoboHero.
Reactor X.
Reactor X, thank you. I was just like, oh shit, it's just more of that. And yeah, so I was like, hell yeah, I fired it up. Yeah, it's more of Reactor X. So
what do you do in it?
Oh.
You push things.
Yeah, you have to push boxes all over the map, usually in like a charging station or whatever they want to call them. But it's a designated area, and you have to avoid like holes in the floor or like tiles that will fall apart, after having been walked on once. But there's also pressure plates. So you have to navigate all that kind of stuff while getting all of the little boxes to their final destinations.
Jazzy.
And there's 35-ish levels in here. I'm not totally sure. I beat it on one format. I'm actually playing the Windows version right now.
Nice. Does anyone have any other thoughts on this? Did anyone else get a chance to mess with it?
I don't think I got a copy of it, but I totally would like to play it now.
You should have gotten a copy of it.
I did. I assume everyone did. I thought it was a cute game. I
might have missed it because vacation.
Yeah, probably.
That's possible.
Yeah, well. $5. What do you think?
I'm totally for it. I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I like these games. So I'm all for it as well. $5 is a great price for these.
So,
honestly, it's Sokoban inspired, and it's just I wish fucking Sokoban games were more like this. Aphil always was they were just relaxing game, and it was there was nothing fucking relaxing about those games. Fuck that shit. These guys, these are actually relaxing. There's no freaking danger. I don't really have to think that hard about it, and an easy completion. Yes, please.
Well, if you're interested in getting all 3 versions, there is a bundle called the Love and Robots bundle, which I believe is the new Love bundle, as it includes RoboHero and Love.
Oh, no.
Yeah, there you go. All right, and with that, we are done for the night. Made it through. Thanks for being here, hanging out, talking news, talking video games, music. We will play another one of our SML Christmas classics. Don't know what yet. I'll figure it out when I feel like it. How about that?
All right.
Does anyone have any final words to wrap this one up?
Fuck off, it's bedtime.
Actually, wait. No, god damn it. We have an interview after this.
Fuck my life. Wait,
What?
the interview's going last? Aren't those usually first?
Yeah, but I already did an intro to the show.
Yeah, fair. Fine. Whatever.
Yeah, all right, so everyone, stay tuned. We will be back with more show. Oh, this ending's a clusterfuck. We're going to play a little tune. We will be back with Michael Kroder of HitP Studios to chat about Schildmaid MX. Should be a really, really fun chat. Looking forward to that. And anyone have any final words before we play a tiny little jingle and then go to the interview?
I'm tired. Let's fuck off and get to bed now.
So how's things out your way?
It's alright. A bit of a gloomy day, very overcast. But just a fairly quiet day. I'm also part of another podcast, sort of conglomerate panel called Kenny Rins from the UK, and that podcast is basically for every episode. There's a selected panel that sits down and discusses a single game, or sometimes a series if it's tough to nail down a single game within the span of 2 hours. And tomorrow I'm supposed to appear on an episode about Sin and Punishment on the N64. So I've been playing that quite a bit to refresh myself.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's really fun. It's a fun podcast to do.
Let's spend my podcast talking about a different podcast. I want to hear more about this.
We're not recording yet, are we?
No.
Fuck it, we might as well.
Otherwise, this is very shameless plugging for other podcasts.
Might as well. Like, yeah.
For which I'm sorry.
This is here. It's running. It's going. No, I love it. Please, I actually do want to hear more about this. Did you guys do an Earthbound episode?
Yeah, recently even. I was not on that because it's a fairly large list of like recurring panelists because it's a weekly podcast and you cannot just complete games every week, right? Especially not if you're grown up and have other responsibilities. And I tend to kind of sign on for actiony, arcadey type games. I do a JRPG every now and then. I was on the one about Tales of Vesperia. I completed that, and that was a very lengthy one. And I remember that I had to pull an all-nighter to get my playthrough done just in time for the recording as well.
Have you played many Tales games, or was that your first?
That was my first one, and I have Symphonia on the GameCube still waiting for me.
Symphonia is fantastic.
Nice.
Vesperia is my favorite.
Right? Yeah, I heard less complimentary things about the sequel. Yeah.
Yeah, Symphonia 2. What, Dawn of the New World, is it?
Something like that. Yeah, I think it was only on Wii, and it was
the only
not
good thing about that game was it allowed you to enable a homebrew channel if you had the right files.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I kept that disc for as long as I did.
Okay. So it's one of those exploit discs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
save file and install some homebrew and play.
It was not really like a
game.
JRPG, but Valkyria Chronicles, more like a strategy RPG. I also was on that one.
Ooh.
I really loved that game as well.
You guys tackle good games.
Yeah, it's. I think this podcast I only joined from 2016 or thereabouts, but it's been going on since 2010 or 2011. Also, like. A whole host of episodes.
Damn. I don't know anything about long-running shows.
I doubt that. I actually was trying to listen to...
I know plenty about long-running shows. I don't know anything about listeners.
Oh.
I was actually trying to listen to like your older shows in the Apple Podcast app, but it only went back like not even till episode 900, right?
I think the limitations I have are in whatever the podcast app I have that feeds it and hard drive space. They forced me to delete a massive chunk of episodes from my storage online because when I signed up for unlimited storage, they were like, no, we didn't mean unlimited.
It's like one of those all-you-can-eat buffets.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's a shared server, so there's an expectation of having this much. And I'm like, well, I fucking need this much.
Yeah. So Joe I've met, and Bri, I don't think we've spoken before. Because I was on here one time before, but that was, that's like 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, I started about 2 years ago, little around there. I don't know.
Right.
With the show. But yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Same.
Michael, Bri, Michael.
There we go.
Michael develops games, Bri beats them.
Yes.
Yeah. So you got the keys from eastasiasoft, all right?
Indeed. We've been playing it. Nice. We've been having a good time. Like I said, this is all recording. I'm keeping all of this because that podcast.
Excellent.
Sounds awesome.
I'm very intrigued by it. What is it again? Like, give us the name, give us the website. Where can we find out more about it?
It's called Cane and Rinse, and cane spelled with a C, so like a cane, with which you thwack somebody over the head.
Just beat people. Shins. Whack them in the shins.
Exactly. Cane their shins. No, it's called Cane and Rinse.
Very good. We'll include a link to that in our show notes so people can check that one out too. That sounds really fucking cool. Yeah. But Michael, for the people who don't know who you are and why you're here, let's talk about the real reason. Give us the sales pitch. What you doing here, and what game are you talking about?
Me and my bestest friend from Germany made a game together as development outfit HitP Studio. It's a side-scrolling shoot 'em up, in the Gradius vein. And we think it's damn fun. We're still playing it after all these years that we've put out a 1.0 version. And we hope others do too, because now it's out on all consoles, so no longer just PC. So all of a sudden we're noticing that a lot more people are putting their eyes on it. And of course, the more eyes, the better.
Very true.
So, yeah. And it's not just, that's why I'm here, because I'm also here because I was on here before already. And Joe, you came to our launch day stream as well, right? So
I did. I popped in
up
and wanted to see how it was going. And you remembered us. That was awesome. Like, I felt so good when you were like, hey, Joe, right?
Yeah.
I think I even told Bri, it's like, hey, they remembered us.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
Easily.
And
really.
I mean that in a good I don't mean that in a traumatic sort of way.
It's okay. If Jacob were here, it would be the traumatic way.
It was really fun that time. I think Purnell and Chris were on that episode as well. And of course my partner in crime, good German friend, was on here as well, Hans. But he took a well-deserved vacation to Japan. So he's yet in another time zone, and he doesn't really have a dependable recording environment, hence his absence on this one.
Well, let him know that we say hi.
For sure, I will.
And then get back to us, and then 3 weeks we'll record the follow-up to that question.
Excellent.
Okay, it's been a good one.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
So I kind of want to see if I could go back to our previous episode that we had you on and find a clip of me going, so when is Schildmaid going to hit Xbox? Fast forward to today. And it is now, through the magic of eastasiasoft, it is now on all consoles. For those who don't know what Schildmaid is, what is it?
So it's a side-scrolling shoot 'em up, but with a twist. It's kind of like built on old-school design principles, but it has a more sort of wacky modern twist of where the sort of what you want to be doing is take hits from enemies, because that activates your ship's defense system, which is a little shield. And once you have that shield up and running, it absorbs the enemy's bullets and sort of converts it into power-ups for your ship. And you can maintain a longer shield time by chain killing enemies, pretty much. But once you fail to do so, once your shield runs out, then all of a sudden everything is deadly on screen, and you need to switch things up very fast.
So it's like a mix of bullet heaven and bullet hell at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And for those like to geek out about the definition of bullet hell and bullet heaven, people like me that are absolute geeks when it comes to the genre. Bullet hell typically is kind of like a subgenre of the shoot 'em up, where you have these more sort of intricately designed, flowery patterns, a tiny hitbox to your ship. Even the enemy bullets have smaller hitboxes than what appears on screen, and where you sort of I think Chris said it last episode, thread the needle, where you inching through. He said needle. He said needle the thread. He misspoke in a beautiful way. So this game is kind of more like, it's a lot of aimed enemy bullet shots, and there's things like lasers and missiles that form different kinds of threats to you and your shield. So it's a little bit more, I guess, based on old school pre-bullet hell design, but the scoring system, sort of the layered scoring system that it has, you could say is something you would find more in a bullet hell game. So that's why it's a little bit of a hybrid.
I really enjoy the scoring in the game. It allows you to get high scores and feel really powerful, even though you're not like good at shmups. Like the first time I played this, I hit 2 million and I felt like $1 million. Well, $2 million technically. This morning I played and I had a better handle on how the mechanics worked with absorbing the bullets as opposed to dodging stuff. And I'm happy to say I broke 5 million and I landed at number 21 on the leaderboard. And you know where Bri is? 20. Right ahead.
20. Nice.
Yes.
Excellent.
I'm right behind.
That is good. And you both are playing on Xbox?
Yes.
Right. Yeah. The scoring system, I think we wanted to give that like a lot of satisfying audiovisual feedback, right? So we kind of looked outside the genre for that as well, to games like Pac-Man Championship Edition DX, for example. I think it's one of our top players who described Schildmaid MX as having like a gluttonous scoring system where you want to sort of like, like in Pac-Man you're gobbling up all those ghosts, and in Schildmaid you're gobbling up all those enemy bullets, and especially it becomes very satisfying when your ship has reached max power and everything turns to gold.
I was like excited and also alarmed when I started getting the golden points.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary.
I didn't know what was going on at first. I was like, this is a new color. And I think like you guys have done a really good job of using color as an indicator for what's going to hurt you at any given time. So like seeing a new color all of a sudden was just kind of like, wait, what's going on? But once I started getting those golden points and seeing the score rack up, I was excited. Yeah,
it starts to escalate from there on out. Like your score all of a sudden starts to go up rapidly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice to hear.
What was the inspiration behind wanting to make it so that you're sucking up the bullets instead of dodging like normal?
Right. So we might have discussed that like 2 or 3 years back when we were on here when the game came out on Steam. But of course, who remembers that, right? We took our sweet time to get it out to consoles. Hans wanted to sort of do the port to Nintendo Switch himself. He wanted to sort of learn how to optimize the Switch, and that was a pretty lengthy experience. It was not just because we wanted to see how far the frothing demand would increase, of course. And yeah, it was just like it was a real process where we made the game in Unity, and Unity, of course, is supported by the Nintendo Switch, so you can just run an export of the game and then install it on a dev kit that we had already gotten. But that doesn't mean the game will play nice on the Switch, So immediately, even with all the graphical effects dialed back, the game was chugging like crazy. So it took them a long time to optimize and sort of rewrite the code behind it, so that it wouldn't be a visual or performance sacrifice when it would be running on the Switch. And in the meantime, we were approached by eastasiasoft, and they offered us like a publishing deal for consoles while we had already started kind of like working on the Switch port. So we said, all right, we'll keep on doing that ourselves. But eastasiasoft basically said like, okay, we can do the Xbox and PlayStation port in-house, so we don't have to worry about that. And that is what the Switch code is based on, or those ports are based on what Hans has made for the Switch as well.
Very
so it's
cool.
basically a 3.0 version of Schildmaid MX. The Steam release was a 2.0 version, and to actually answer your question about the inspiration, I don't know if you ever played a game called UN Squadron or Area 88 on the Super Nintendo.
Nope.
I've played UN Squadron, but it has been so long that I couldn't remember if I tried.
So it has a very weird sort of health system that game has, and that's already strange for a Japanese shoot 'em up that you have a health bar in there. There's not too many that have those. So when you take a hit in that game, you get a bunch of iframes, so you can move out of the way, and then this danger period kicks in. And if you get hit during the danger period, your ship will crash and burn. You lose a life. If you survive that period, though, you're back in the game, and you just have a smaller health bar from there on out, you know? So this always, I always find it a very strange system that I didn't see anybody else sort of build on or iterate on. And it gave me an idea, what if there was a shoot 'em up in which you want to take a hit? So you activate this iframe, sort of these invincibility frames, and you can pass through more dangerous situations like impenetrable laser barriers or the likes, you know? And then, of course, you would have to deal with the danger period afterwards before you get reset back to your neutral state again. And that we built out into this whole system where the iframes actually became a shield. And everything kind of followed and layered on from on top of that. The bullet absorption thing came from, you know, in a lot of shoot 'em ups, you just power up from grabbing like floating icons and the likes. And we thought like, oh, we already have this system. Why not integrate it and make it more elegant and give like absorbing bullets more of a function? So when you absorb
everything's
them,
a power,
it will power you up. Exactly. Yeah, that's it. And Chris said like, oh yeah, you absorb the bullets to charge your EX weapon or to make it more powerful. And that is actually not true. All it does is
he's fired. Fuck him.
all it does is power up your regular main weapons, and until you reach max power and you start bathing in golden bullet showers.
I think we could talk about that on this show. You mentioned the Switch version. I did want to give a quick shout out. eastasiasoft made a physical version of the Switch release. Yes,
that is true.
Limited edition.
Available on Play Asia.
Yeah, and a lot of other e-tailers, I think, now, because they just buy a bulk off of Play Asia and then sell them on their websites, you know?
What's in the limited edition? What's in store for people who pick that up?
It's a bigger box. It has a printed colored manual or color manual. It has a soundtrack CD. It has a numbered certificate. And it has... what else does it have? Oh yeah, it has Joy-Con stickers as well.
Very cool. That's only... I'm looking at the listing on PlayAsia. It's only $40. That's insane.
Yeah, not too bad, right?
That's like crazy cheap for a collector edition.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta be fair about what the game is as well. We didn't make a AAA game, and then you know.
I don't know. I think it's pretty damn good. I'm enjoying it. I also appreciate the fact that you have accessibility options in there, like the reticules to show where enemies are going to pop up, and the line highlights for what'll damage you. And like, as someone who isn't the best at shmups, that is so handy, and it made me feel so powerful, and it just like I enjoyed playing this one. So many shmups I play, and it feels like it's punishing me because
like you get smacked in the face from the moment you hit start, right?
Yeah. Or there's ones where if you die one time, there's no coming back because you lose all your power ups.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, we didn't want to make a game like that.
How are you going to survive now?
Yeah, we didn't want to make a game like that. The scoring system is not overly punishing. If, for example, you drop your shield combo, you can pick it up from where you left once you increase your cap on that, for example. Even if you die, I think your multiplier only gets halved. So you don't get set all the way back to zero, which can be a heartbreaker as well if you're playing for score. And yeah, that goes for losing a life as well. We only set you back one power level, and and in Jaeger mode, in the beginner mode, during one stage you cannot even if you die second time in the stage, it won't set you back yet another power level. That only happens on the more difficult modes. So you can only lose one power level per stage.
Nice.
Very helpful for the newcomers and novices like me.
Yeah, I also noticed that there was a lot of accessibility options. It seems like that was rather important. Was there like a particular item on the list that was most important for you to get in there?
Basically, we wanted to have people be free to sort of like toggle on and off all the visual noise that is in there to make the game as easy to parse as possible. I personally like to leave everything on, but I like the sensory overload of it all. But my eyes are also kind of trained on what's going on, of course. So for me, that's easier to say. But yeah, it's important to have the option, I think, to help people. I watched a stream of somebody on Twitch today, and they had turned off backgrounds, and they had turned off a lot of like the smoke and explosions and that sort of thing. And they were doing quite well as well, and constantly crediting, let's say, that they were able to turn a lot of the effects off. So saying like, I'm only doing so well because I turned off a lot of the visual noise as well.
Yeah.
One of
and you were saying also, Bri
has an issue with sensory and flashing colors, and with all the options that I see in this game, I think she could play this game.
Yeah, I think it's possible for her with like turning off the bloom and some of that stuff. She might actually be able to succeed at it.
I think she could give it a go. I know wish she was here.
Yeah,
we love shoot 'em ups, So and we wanted everybody to be able to enjoy this one, but at the same time, and this is the difficult part. At the same time, offer a challenge for genre veterans as well, and that's also why we have sort of like designed like 50 handcrafted stages with all individual stage layouts and what have you, and we've distributed them over a variety of modes, and it's a fairly gradual difficulty curve. So once you are pretty good at Jaeger mode, you can try and get your feet wet in Krieger mode, for example, in the more sort of arcade style difficulty, and you'd be surprised how well you'd be doing at that point, leveling up as a player.
Mm-hmm. I noticed on one of the screen tips when I kept dying and retrying a checkpoint that you have some adaptive difficulty.
Yep.
Is there a limit to how much easier the game will get if I keep dying?
Well, if you die and run out of lives and game over, then the difficulty cannot drop further. But let's say there's a dynamic difficulty under the hood, and you can actually check what the difficulty is by pressing pause. You will see it on the left side of the screen, and it goes up to 50. I think in Jaeger mode it starts at 0, and every time you complete a stage without dying, that factor goes up by a number of 2. And every time you die within the stage, it goes up with a factor, or goes down with a factor of 1. So this was also important to me. Like, I wanted the game to present you with the right level of friction for you. So let's say if you're just coasting through the levels without dying, then you can obviously handle a stiffer challenge, right?
Right.
But if you lose a lot of lives, then I feel like the game should go easier on you as well.
Yeah.
And the difficulty affects like how fast enemies are moving, how fast they're shooting, how fast their projectiles are coming out, and it also affects their hit points as well. But we capped that early because you don't want to end up in a state where everything is just too tanky and too spongy.
Right.
How do you program something like that, and like, how does it just work? How does it know to adapt, and how does it balance itself?
So yeah, the programming part, that's my partner who's in Japan right now, so I can't go into too much technical detail there. But yeah, it's basically there are values to like let's say overall values to the game. Even the scrolling speed is affected by the difficulty, for example. Like some of the higher modes, they will start at a higher base difficulty, and you'll see that the screen scrolls much faster all of a sudden on those higher modes than in Jaeger mode. But basically what happens is there's a check mark which will increase or decrease the difficulty and affect all the number values in the game pretty much, you know? So yeah, like I was saying, like if you complete a stage without dying, that difficulty number will go up by a factor of 2, which will affect all the other values that are tied to it.
So if you get good, the game's gonna know, and it's gonna be like, no.
Yeah.
Sit down.
also like Jaeger mode feels pretty approachable, right? And if you let's say you get good at the game and you start playing in a higher difficulty modes, if you go back to Jaeger mode, you'd be surprised that it might not be as you remember.
As easy as you remembered.
No, because at that point you'll be a better player. So even Jaeger mode will throw more of a challenge for you. For starters, that difficulty will go up because you're dying less, right? But that's not all. You'll be scoring higher, which will trigger the appearance of certain secret bosses in the game as well.
Yes.
And also, I don't know if you know this yet, but if you defeat, let's say, the mini boss of each third stage with a active golden shield, you'll open up a second portal. And the second portal is the bottom portal. If you choose that, you move instead of moving from World 1 or Phase 1 to Phase 2 or World 2, you move straight to World 3. So all of a sudden, the difficulty curve is not so smooth anymore. Like it rapidly increases, but you also get score bonuses for it. So if you're playing for score, you actually might want to do that.
Yeah.
I got that one this morning. I felt really good about it, getting the second portal.
Right, yeah. And did you fly through it, the second one?
Yep, I got the achievement. I am happy. Nice. I skipped the phase. And
Yeah. Skipping a beat is the name of the achievement, if I remember correctly.
Well, now I know how to do that one. Thank you.
I appreciate the fact that the game itself has tons of hard things that you could accomplish, but the Xbox achievements are not insane. Like, these are doable for a human being.
Yeah,
that is actually what eastasiasoft came back to us with, because they saw our Steam achievement and they say, "Hey guys, some of these nobody has even achieved yet. Are you sure about this?" And they also told us, like, yeah, people usually who buy eastasiasoft games, they expect a somewhat less prohibiting platinum or 100% achievement. So that's why we separated the in-game achievements from the system-wide achievements. I mean, they overlap, of course, because they're based on the same achievements, but you don't need to get all the in-game achievements to get your 100% or your platinum.
I like that. I think that's more welcoming to people who might not originally play the game. Like, there's so many games that I'll be on true achievements and I'll see a new game's coming out and I'll look at the achievement list and it's like, beat it on the hardest difficulty without dying. I'm like, I'm not going to spend $14.99 on that.
Yeah.
Like that shit scares me. I'm old. I don't want to suffer through games.
Right. Yeah. So that was a good call from eastasiasoft.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love what eastasiasoft does, and I also love the fact that this is a Play Anywhere title where buying it on Xbox gives it to you on One, Series, and PC, because my wife was watching Netflix earlier, and I wanted to play more of Schildmaid, and I couldn't on the Xbox, but I own it on the Windows Store.
There you go.
And there's a lot of companies out there who are like, no, you're buying a separate copy on Windows. And eastasiasoft is embracing Play Anywhere, and I like that.
Also, I bet this would be great on handheld.
Yeah. We could, of course, already play it on Steam Deck before. Now it's on the Switch as well. And there's this whole ROG LIX
Ally,
thing as
yep.
well, right? Yeah.
Yep. Have you guys messed with any of the handhelds? I'd imagine you have a Switch or a Switch 2, but have you messed with Steam Deck or the ROG Ally or anything like that?
Hans has a Steam Deck, or 2 maybe even, so he's played it on that as well, yeah. And of course, I've been playing it on the Switch and Switch 2 as well, like carrying it around. And it's also nice, you know, if you're the developer, so you can take the game anywhere and just show it to people, whether they like it or not. Look what I made!
Come on, Mom, watch.
Exactly. Yeah. And maybe going back a little bit to what Bri was saying earlier also, you were talking about, let's say, the colors, right? Like the visual indicators in the game. I wanted to jump in on that one as well. So one thing we found, and that's also an accessibility thing, is one thing we found very important is that like the information that's necessary to play the game that you're getting, like when is your shield ready to go, when you're in danger mode, when can you absorb again, when is your EX weapon ready. We found it important to convey that through not just a single sense. So there's a voice cue for it, but we also changed the bullet color to indicate what's going on. But then you can also watch your ship if there's a little scrambly effect on it, or you can watch the color change of your ship. Then there's the HUD, of course, the meters on top. So if you have a certain degree of color blindness, of course, we want you to still be able to play the game. So that's why we didn't want to pin everything on one sort of indicator, be it sound or visual based.
Very good.
Speaking of the colors, there's 4 different shield colors in the game. There's the red one when you're in danger. There's the blue one when you could collect things. There's the gold one that give you the golden points. What does the pink one do?
So you've been playing with the Greif, right? I think that blue ship, the sort of the chunky, tanky one.
Yes.
So it's very funny because I'm actually I'm writing the script for a YouTube video called 11 Things You Probably Didn't Know About Schildmaid MX.
Did I just fuck up your script?
No, it's good. Like this is the first time I'm doing this, like an actual YouTuber. And the thing is, we're seeing a lot of people just seeing their first gameplay footage and their first playthrough and their Twitch streams now, and we see a lot of things that there's a lot of stuff to the game that you only reveal after a fair amount of playing. Like it's like you start peeling back the layers of what's there. The game doesn't sort of present itself from jump, you know, and the Greif's EX ability, which is the EX shield, is one of those things. It's not immediately clear what it does. The Wyvern has this big energy hype beams. That's pretty clear, right? The Hydra has this volley of Gundam missiles that fly off in every direction, which is also pretty clear. And those abilities look pretty spectacular. But then the Greif's ability, it's kind of like, oh, it's just another shield. What is this? It's a shield that doesn't just sort of like absorb bullets. It doesn't actually absorb them. It neutralizes them. So you can't absorb them when you activate it. But it basically protects you from every single enemy projectile in the game. So also the missiles you can shield through with the EX shield. Also, the lasers don't have any effect on you. The lasers... Your regular shield protects you from the lasers, but the lasers will sort of like negatively affect its duration. They will burn it down quicker.
Yeah.
But you can't die when you have a shield up through a laser. But you just need to be sure that you shoot enough enemies to offset the laser drainage. But yeah, if you have that EX shield up, those lasers are not doing any damage to your regular shield either. If you have both up at the same time, and I don't know if you got that far yet, but there's. Spoiler alert, there are enemies in the game later on that are sort of like corrupted, and they have projectiles that will, when they touch your shield, they'll shut it down immediately.
Ooh.
Which is very nasty, but yeah, the EX shield protects you from that as well. Well, that's just one thing what it does. It also does counter damage to the enemies that are firing at you. So you see this purple lightning flash out once you lash out at enemies. Once you fly into like a group or like a whole cluster of projectiles with that shield active, you see like purple lightning lashing out everywhere. And that's, for example, you should try it out at one of those end of stage bosses that fire off a bunch of bullets. If you fly into that with the EX shield up, you'll see their health bar melt. It really does a lot of damage. So you can use it offensively and defensively. I wondered why I killed one of them like insanely quick. Yeah, that's probably why you had that EX shield up. So yeah, it does sort of like counter damage, and the regular shield does this as well, but it only does it one time off the single bullet that activates your shield. It does counter damage to the enemy that fired it, but the EX shield does continuous counter damage to everything that's firing at it at all times. And that includes also the lasers and the missiles and everything else that's coming at you. It only doesn't give you full invincibility, because you can still crash into things or hit enemies. They'll pass through, but everything else, all projectiles, you're safe from, and you can clear out a busy screen very quickly with it. And also, it's good for, let's say, you're in a very bad spot and your regular shield times out, and all of a sudden you're in danger mode and you're not sure if you're going to survive it. If you activate the EX shield at that point, you can pretty much cover the extent of your danger period, because the blue ship has the shortest danger time and the longest base shield time as well. So that's why we gave it like the easiest difficulty ranking, because if you know what you're doing with that ship, you can play really nicely for survival with it.
That's why I did okay today. What exactly is the function of the barrel roll?
Yeah.
The barrel roll is a loaded topic. We had this game tested to hell and back by our community of testers on Discord. And the barrel roll was initially like a visual sort of gag that my partner and his cousin who did the graphics put in there, and it didn't do anything, and our testers got upset. Why doesn't it do anything? So we gave it this function to where it basically scrambles homing projectiles. So if you do a barrel roll, like there's homing missiles that are after you, or enemies that have these like tracking lasers that follow you around, they'll lose sight of you for a full second. And if you sit in the same spot, it doesn't have too much effect. But if you do a barrel roll and fly somewhere else, they'll have trouble catching up to you.
Oh, are you shitting me? That is awesome.
That explains a lot.
Right, yeah, because then, they lose sight of you for a second, and if you're all of a sudden somewhere else, it's much harder for them to catch you, of course. So it's a little bit subtle, and we tried to give it let's say a more important function, but whenever we did that, it sort of started to detract from the core mechanic of the game, which is shielding and absorbing bullets. That's why we kept it subtle in the end. After a lot of experimenting.
No, that explains. So I figured the button had to do something in the game.
Yeah,
and I instinctively, I guess, started hitting it whenever I would get into like these really hairy situations where I was like, oh, am I going to actually get away from these homing missiles? And so I would just start hitting that button.
Yeah,
and that apparently was a good call.
Yeah, definitely good. Instinctively, you knew what to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is excellent.
Carnage is saying that they tell you about that in the tutorial. To my defense, I couldn't really read the tutorial. The font is a little bit small. So that's one tiny little issue. My eyes are going, man. I'm getting old. I hate this.
You can try in the accessibility menu to turn simple font on. It's a little bit larger at least, and it's not such a pixely font. It might help you.
All right.
I skipped the tutorial apparently. So
yeah, no, there's an
achievement for it.
Yeah, no, you can't have skipped the playable tutorial because or unless you let somebody else do that, of course.
No.
But there's also a how to play in the main menu.
Oh yes, I skipped that. Yeah.
That includes the barrel roll information.
Okay.
Bree's letting her cats play.
Yeah, my cat has actually gotten an achievement for me before. She nudged the button.
Nice.
And I got the achievement.
there was this whole thing about a goldfish that passed away, right, recently, who defeated some of the hardest bosses in Elden Ring.
Oh wow!
Like the streamer had his fishbowl sort of like set up as a motion sensor control.
Oh,
Insane.
Yeah, that's crazy, right? Like
yeah.
that fish must have moved completely randomly and defeat those really hard bosses.
Why can't
which
you do
teaches
that,
us that if
Coltrane?
you yeah, well, it kind of teaches us that if we want to become good at FromSoft games, we just need to play very randomly and hit random buttons.
What about you, Potato? Just fucking laying there, not beating fucking Elden Ring?
Those are your cats?
Yeah.
He has a lot of them.
I have way
Nice.
too many cats, man.
I only have one. I have a cat and a small dog. And the cat is just, she's a serial killer in the neighborhood. She's terrible.
Well, take your one and put a 4 next to it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, she
Not
means well.
5,
She
it's
brings us
14.
small. She brings us small. Wow, 14.
Yeah.
She brings us like small dead animals as gifts, of course. But yeah, poor little creatures.
Yeah, my one of my cats, she collects fake mice with real
Right.
mouse sounds, because when she was a kitten, I lived in a place where we had real mice, and she scared me a couple of times while I was sleeping and dropped a dead mouse in my hand. And so ever since then, we've let her hunt fake mice since we moved. So yeah.
Much better. Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually got our cat because we had a little bit of a mouse problem in the previous place. And when she was like 3 or 4 months old, she already got her first mouse.
Nice.
She made an example out of it as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, she turned it inside out and put it on the kitchen floor. And since then, we didn't have a mouse problem anymore.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How come they look so cute? Why? Well, they commit these cruel acts.
Yeah.
Always fun when you find one beheaded. It's just a body.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I love it. Even worse when you have a mouse in the house and you have a dozen cats watching it run and not actually like chasing it or attacking it.
Right.
Like,
So
cats are dicks.
yeah, I had 4 cats at one point, and they found their first mouse, and they did not know what to do. They surrounded it. All 4 of them surrounded the mouse in the middle of the living room, and they had this conversation like, "No, you get it. No, you get it." I could see this conversation going on in their body language, and finally, the mouse was fed up with this little conversation. Goes eep. And all 4 cats scattered in every different direction, like cartoon smoke behind them. And the mouse just slowly walked back to the kitchen and helped himself to whatever was there.
Wow.
Mouse wins.
Yeah, very much. Psychological warfare.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jeez. Oh, so what are you playing these days when you're not working on games? What are you enjoying?
I'm trying to play Ghost of Yote. That's just I need to really make time for that, because that's not something you go for a half hour on or something like that. Of course, I was playing Sin and Punishment for the N64 for tomorrow's other podcast recording. I'm playing my own game because I'm so curious, because we have separate leaderboards, right? So I play the Switch version, the Xbox version, the PlayStation version, and just to see how far people are getting on the leaderboards and see if I can, upset everything with a nasty score. What else am I playing? Yeah, that's about it for the moment. A little bit of Donkey Kong Bonanza I'm still playing as well. Whenever I'm playing, I'm really enjoying it, but it doesn't pull me in when I'm not playing. You know, it's not like, oh, I really need to play this. But whenever I sit down, I enjoy it.
Since you mentioned the leaderboards, could I make a suggestion? We have
Sure.
A display that shows your score, and as it goes up, you could see the other gamer tags that you're passing up the leaderboard.
Yeah, sure. Suggestion taken on board.
I think that'd be cool. I've seen a few games like that where, like I know Pinball FX has done that. It's like you're 200,000 away from your friend's high score. And you beat them. It's like in your face.
Yeah, I saw that in Pac-Man Championship Edition as well. Yeah. I've seen that before as well.
It's definitely competitive.
Yeah, it's definitely cool. I don't think we'll do that for this game anymore. We're pretty much done with development. But it's certainly something to take on board for a potential sequel.
Is there a potential sequel?
There is a potential sequel.
Oh. Is it anything you're able to talk about, or is it still just really early in thoughts?
It's really early. I've started writing a design document, but it's going to be something related to Schildmaid MX. But a little bit more ambitious.
I have a question.
Sure.
Is there any story to the game that you can impart on us? Like, I feel like a shmup doesn't need much of a story, but you have this fantastic imagery, like the Schildmaid herself and the mythological creatures in your cover art.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on there? Like, I wasn't sure if this is just some like 80s heavy metal cartoon fever dream or,
Yeah, I love that question. Yeah, there kind of is. I think it was Hans who had the idea. Why don't we make one of those old school type of video game cover art things where the actual like what's on the box has very little to do with what you eventually see on the screen, right? And while that is not exactly true, it's been funny to see also. Like I was saying, like now there are a lot more eyes on our game. The trailer was featured on PlayStation's official channel, and all of a sudden got like 20, 30,000 views. And a lot of people were commenting on it there, like, "Where's the hot lady? Where are the dragons?" When they saw the gameplay footage, which just really cracked us up. But yeah, there is an actual reason for this. Fever. Well, what you call it again? A heavy metal
cartoon
cover
fever dream.
Cartoon fever dream. Exactly. Excellent. There's a reason for it. Like the 3 ships are named after mythological creatures. So the monsters that you see on the cover are basically representations of the 3 ships.
Okay.
And then the Shield Maiden, the technology that you're using in the game is called Schildmaid technology. So she represents the shield pretty much that you're using.
Okay.
And there is a story that if you sit on the title screen without touching anything, you get an old school text scroll that explains what has happened up until now. If you clear most modes, you'll get another sort of like a text bit that says what has happened. But it comes down to this. You are a defender of the last planet in the galaxy that is still under human control. And in this universe, humans, there are a variety of alien races, and the humans are the bottom of the food chain. But there's this like human space pirate who has found an otherworldly energy component and has handed that over to the scientists of the planet Brunhild, which is this last human-controlled planet. And they've developed this shield technology for it. And there's a gigantic armada of sent by one of these alien races towards the planet, and you're loading this shield technology on your little fighter crafts, and basically you go on multiple attack runs to damage this armada as much as you can and sort of like ruin their plans to invade your planet. Which is why, so the whole idea is why whatever thin story there is, I wrote to justify the game's mechanics of the shield tomfoolery going on, and B, to justify the game's structure, which is these 3 stages that kind of repeat in 3 loops, right? Only every time the stage layout changes, but you go on these 3 attack runs until you've made the enemy give up or you've destroyed them so badly that they can't really do much else anymore.
All right. That is very cool.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm kind of a fan of a story not really getting in the way of a game, especially not one like this. So that's why I wrote it from a very functional point of view. But I am interested in, because there's now a little universe that we created, like for this potential sequel, to build a little bit more on that narrative and to actually give it more character. Because right now, there's no real characters in the game. Like you are the pilot of your ship, right? Like the character is you're the hero. But we might want to do something with some actual characters and deepen and explore the lore a little bit more there.
Are you considering different genres? Like, could we see a Schildmaid RPG or an action game, or I don't know, like a slot machine?
Yeah, I won't rule it out.
Pit. Schildmaid karting.
Schildmaid board virtual board game like Mario Party.
Yes, Schildopoly.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. No, I'm not ruling anything out. Like we could that this whole universe already kind of like it's kind of like lore that has carried over from some failed projects as well. We started initially out to make a very arcadey versus gameplay based real-time strategy game. Kind of like a versus tower defense game almost. It was set in a science fiction universe, and some of that stuff I carried over. That project never really panned out into anything substantial, but I at least I salvaged a bit of the lore and used it for Schildmaid.
Tell us about the music, because that's a big part of this game.
Yeah. There's a guy on YouTube called Ed Tremblay, also Studio Mudprints, who had a show called Bullet Heaven, in which he reviewed shoot 'em ups from his own collection, and he used his own self-made music for it, which I always really loved. So when we had these crazy ideas in 2013 or thereabouts, me and Hans, of hey, let's start our own game development studio, and I was thinking, we're gonna push out a lot of games. We were hopelessly naive, thinking, not realizing how long development would take us, almost. I said, like, if we're ever making a shoot 'em up, I messaged him saying, like, I'll ask you to do the OST. And then in 2020, when we started working on Schildmaid, I remembered that I said that. I went back to him and I said, like, we want you to write a number of compositions for us. And that's what he did. And actually, like, because his music is like the classic kind of shoot 'em up music where it's like it motivates you, it invigorates you, and it has these catchy upbeat melodies that after you stop playing will still ring around in your head, so like these earwormy kind of melodies. And when we were prototyping the game and we were still using like borrowed sprites from Gradius on the NES, and we didn't really like focus on the graphics yet, he already created a stage theme, the stage 1 theme. He created a boss theme, and he created the menu theme. He sent it over to us very quickly. I think he did everything in one afternoon, and we were so impressed by it. It was so good already that we felt like, okay, now we got this amazing music. We need to step up the game's graphics as well. So that's why because the music was so good, we actually got Hans's cousin involved, who's a 3D modeler, and started to put some real serious effort into the graphics as well. So, and that brings me to the graphics. Sorry if I'm going on a wild tangent here, but everything you see in the game looks like sprite art, right? It's actually 3D models flattened into 2D sprites, like how you would see that in Donkey Kong Country on the Super Nintendo, for example. But then with some post-editing to give everything thicker pixel outlines and everything. But everything is based on 3D models.
Oh,
that's really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's this thing where we wanted to do a pixel art type of game, but it's very hard to find really good pixel artists. So we didn't have any world-class pixel artists we could tap, but we did have a world-class 3D artist that we could tap. So that's how we got to this particular style.
And I will say definitely a world-class musician. I still have the 2 soundtracks I grabbed off Bandcamp from your first visit.
Excellent. Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Oh, there you go. Yeah, you put the link in the chat. I see.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Gotta spread cool. The news on where people can pick this up. Bri, any other questions on your end? I know we've been going for a bit.
I have a silly question. Maybe silly question, maybe not. Like I'm used to seeing DX or other X suffixes to shmups, but like, what does the MX stand for?
Yeah. So the idea initially for this game it wasn't very ambitious at all. We just wanted to put out a small game in a number of months that we could put out in a number of months, and then maybe make it part of kind of like what UFO 50 did this year, actually, kind of like make several smaller games and put them together as one bundle. So MX was like stood for mini extra or something like that. You know, it was supposed to be a smaller game consisting of these 3 stages that would just loop endlessly. But yeah, it grew out of control very quickly already. But the name kind of stuck, and it alludes to what we would do with that potential sequel that I talked about earlier, because that would be then the real Schildmaid, not the MX that we just put out.
So this is Schildmaid 0, I guess.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah. I'll tell you all about. I've started writing the design document. I'll tell you all about what I'm cooking on a little bit later on, like once we have something more to show.
All right.
Very, very good.
Yeah.
Is anything else in the works with you guys, or have you been just focused on this and getting this?
Yeah, focused on the console launch, pretty much. You know. And, now hopefully I'll have some time to start working on whatever comes next on our next project.
But for now, it's relax and vacation now that the game's finally shipped.
Exactly. Yeah. And checking social media and the internet like an obsessed like an obsessed person to see what people are saying about it.
What's the reception been? What are people saying? What's some of the funniest comments you've seen so far?
Yeah, I really love those complaints about the actual in-game, the actual game having not much to do apparently with shield maidens and dragons.
I didn't see any boobs in the game.
Yeah, exactly. And what else? Yeah. Just the reception. I can't think of too many funny things, but the reception has been pretty decent, actually. Like the websites that reviewed it, we've seen 7s, 7.5s, 8s, 8.5s, and even a 9. I just got found today that Weekly Famitsu in Japan, Japan's biggest game publication, has reviewed it as well, and they gave it 3 7s and an 8 for the 4 editors that they have, which is really respectable for their magazine. So I'm pretty happy with the response.
Covered it is respectful for
for sure. Yeah, last year really I probably didn't even tell you, but last year we actually were at Tokyo Game Show, me, Hans, and the eastasiasoft people, and our game was one of the 3 that they exhibited over there, and we hung out on the booth there for 3-4 days.
That is so cool.
Yeah. And that was really that was one of the highlights of my life, really, seeing the people there getting hands-on with the game. And also, like on the business days, we got visited by Hiroki Maruyama, who is the head of a studio called G-Ref, and they've made games like Under Defeat, Border Down, Strania, like some real classic shoot 'em ups in the scene. But he's also before that he worked on Taito, where he designed G Darius, one of the Darius or Darius games.
Where's Chris?
Yeah, and also he was contracted by Treasure to work on Ikaruga and Gradius 5 as well. So he's like a real important person in the shoot 'em up development scene, and he just walked up to our booth and started playing our game as well, and he really loved it. So that was like a humbling experience.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
I would love to go to Japan sometime. How is it over there? Have you been there often?
No, this was the first time. Hans goes there every year. He has lived there as well, and he speaks the language fluently. He's this blonde German guy that speaks Japanese as if he was born there. It's really crazy.
I bet that confuses the hell out of the people there.
Not so much, actually. If I see him just talk to random people, like a shopkeeper or something, and is very fluent Japanese, like, oh yeah, just find it quite normally in some way. It's very it was very surprising to me as well. But yeah, I was there last year for the first time. For 2 weeks, we were there for Tokyo Game Show, and we did some traveling around a little bit of touristing. And since he has lived there and has a lot of friends there, and and goes there every year, it was very nice to tag along with him because he was showing me the non-touristy spots as well, and just like experiencing the social life of hanging out in bars in the evening time and chatting with people and having drinks and all that and having good food. That was it was quite the experience.
Nice.
Sounds odd. I would love to do a big show like that sometime. Like the only quote unquote game show I've done is called MagFest in DC.
Oh yeah, I've heard of that.
DC area. Oh,
yeah.
I love that one. That's been my go-to for the past 20-ish years.
It's a bit like a retro game focused, right?
It's honestly now it's more music focused than anything. It started off as the Mid-Atlantic Gaming Festival, but it's now the Music and Gaming Festival.
Oh, okay.
And they put a ton of effort and work into putting on insane concerts with great lineups of game cover bands and game influence bands, every genre you could think of, from string quartets to, metal bands, rap. It's insane. And they have panels, massive arcade, pinball tables, console room. It's really fun time. It's just a weekend of drunken shenanigans.
That sounds really good. Yeah, Tokyo Game Show is really more like a trade show. It's more like a commercial affair where the publishers are exhibiting their latest wares. So it's more focused on that, less of a community-driven event.
Yeah.
But yeah, MagFest sounds really good.
It is definitely a good time. I would love to do a PAX sometime. I'm sad I missed out on the era of E3. I think.
Yeah.
I
think I was there one year.
Show might have been able to qualify to get in.
I was there 1 year for the company I was working for in 2007 in Los Angeles. And that was the year where they didn't have a convention hall, and basically everybody was exhibiting in their hotel suites. I was there. I was there for the crappy year of E3.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh geez. Well, I know we've been chatting for a good while. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about that we didn't bring up?
No, I don't think so. Yeah, I'm really here to answer your questions, and I really enjoy that you guys are enjoying the game. That's the biggest reward, as always. And we made the game to, like I said in the beginning, yes, to challenge veterans of the genre, but also to make it approachable for people that maybe typically don't play a lot of shoot 'em ups and enjoy it and sort of get to experience what the joy of the simple, venerable, old style 2D shooter really is. And I always liken it to that base, satisfying experience of popping bubble plastic, right? Like seeing your little shots fly out and hit little popcorn enemies that fall apart at the touch of your shot. It's just it's a very base sort of level enjoyment and then you can sort of, as from a designer point of view, layer all sorts of interesting systems on top of that.
I love it. I saw it sitting on the coming soon section on eastasiasoft's website for so long, and I never knew when it was coming, but it's finally here. It is finally out. How much is it? Where can people get it? And where can people keep up to date with you and what you're doing?
So it's $19.99. I think there's still a 10% discount, launch window discount active at this moment, and you can get it pretty much on all current consoles, which is the most up-to-date version. The Steam version is officially out of date as of this moment. That's a 2.0 version, but we're gonna update that and the initial HIO version early next year with all the content of the and the balance changes of the console version as well, for free. But yeah, so you can get it on consoles, the Switch eShop, the Xbox store, the PSN store for $19.99 with the launch window discount. And you can follow HitP Studio on Blue Sky, on Twitter, on Instagram, and even on TikTok. I created a TikTok account because my kids keep telling me, yeah, that's really where... where if you upload like game footage, that's where a lot of people will notice you more. And yeah, I mean, I don't upload as much as I should be on there, but whenever I do, it seems to draw a lot of attention as well. So that's good. Yeah,
man,
so we're even on
have
that.
to give in and make a TikTok finally.
No, I wouldn't recommend it to you. I mean, I'm doing it to promote our game, but it's been interesting.
I would just do it for the show, if nothing else. But like, ugh, do I have to?
Yeah.
It is on the Switch. It is physical on the Switch. Are there any plans for a native Switch 2 version?
Not as we are speaking, but we can happily report back because I don't think indie developers can even get like a Switch 2 development kit yet. We in the developer portal we haven't seen that announcement. So what we did was once we got the pre-release codes from eastasiasoft to check it out in the eShop and then activate it. We did it on the Switch 2, which we hadn't even played it on yet. And yeah, it runs even better on the Switch 2 than it does on the original Switch. On the Switch, we target 60 frames per second, and in the crazier modes, there are a few dips here and there, but it holds 60 pretty consistently. On the Switch 2, there's never a single performance hiccups, even when the screen goes absolutely crazy. So that's good to see.
Very, very good. Well, the game is out now. Everyone should go check that out. Mike, I want to thank you for coming on, hanging out, and chatting with us. Please,
I want to thank you for having me.
Something new to talk about. I love having you on. You're a fun guy to chat with.
Yeah, likewise, I really enjoy being on here. This is my second time, and it's been really nice chatting with you and Bri.
Let's do it again sometime. Whenever you have something new to talk about, just hit us up. I appreciate the fact that you never left our Discord. You've been in the whole time.
Right. Yeah.
So many people come in, the interview's over, and they just get the fuck out. But no, you've been hanging around. So we appreciate you. We appreciate your support and for coming on and being here and being a part of our show, which, again, we are at the end of. I want to thank everyone for being on this show. Jacob and Aki in the first half, doing news and reviews with us. Bri for being here to hang out with this. And Michael for being here for the interview. Music. Normally I would play something from our Christmas collection, but I think we'll play something from the Schildmaid soundtrack. Do you have a song preference?
If we're talking Christmassy tunes, maybe the Stage 2 theme, right? That has that has these bell sort of chimes in there and everything.
Ooh,
all right. We'll go with that.
I always get a faint Christmassy feeling when I enter that stage.
Very good. All right. We will play some Schildmaid music to end the show from Mudprints music. Again, check the links for all the info. Michael, do you have any final words to end the show?
Just I appreciate you guys a ton, and it's been really fun hanging out. Thanks everyone in the chat as well for hanging out with us. And we'll speak again. We'll see each other again, no doubt.